We should be live. Somebody check to see if that is true.
It is not yet. It's so.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a moment. How do I?
Do.
What?
Alright, there we go. Looks like it. So, anyway, we were discussing how to turn and rebuke legal officials, specifically lawyers, and we decided that the answer is just say jury nullification at them real loud, and I'll make them run away.
I mean, I wouldn't call a lawyer a legal official, but fair enough.
Legal
That's what
worker.
you mean. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They don't make decisions. They're not an official, I guess.
Although I will say, the political science literature has looked at how much does your lawyer matter? Your lawyer matters a lot, actually. Hire a good lawyer.
I believe it.
Like half of your case is just the lawyer. Anyway, so anything you guys want to get out before we starting?
I have to confess that I am DB Cooper.
I think the statute of limitation is out on that one, so I think
Right, exactly. We're fine.
I
The
think
rock of
that we
defense
need
is
to
not a valid
hold-
legal argument.
I think it's time to
The what?
strike the earth, and that is every step we take strikes the earth. We are all dwarves setting out on new adventures, and
So,
yeah.
every step we take strikes the earth. How about every move we make? And what about the bombs we break?
Very true, very true.
Yeah, right? Prophetic. Profound.
Question.
Indeed.
Oh wait, I could just move all the images over. Okay, figured this out.
Does something special happen on the moon days? I'm looking at this
don't,
calendar.
don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Especially because
Our-
I see the word elf on here a few times, it looks like. Elf, human,
Elf.
human, blah blah blah, dwarf, yeah. And none. I am
Where are you seeing
nervous.
So this is
Also,
so,
it's 1066. Very
On
good.
the calendar.
yeah, on the calendar.
This is all on the calendar. Like if you look at the word spring under granite, to the right is the word elf.
I stole this. So I stole
Oh,
this.
I've seen.
So I'll just explain it. All right. So I stole this calendar from Dwarf Fortress. Fan made it. So the name Elf or whatever means that's the season in which that race's caravan comes to visit you. So elves
okay, good.
visit you in the spring, humans in the summer, dwarves in the autumn, and nobody visits you
Oh
in the
yeah,
winter.
random encounters. That's
Alright.
And the
exactly
moon is
what
when
we
the full
want.
moon is.
I need to get my mouse. I'll be
So-
right back.
We're not gonna have to worry about that then. Good.
I mean, unless you set up a fortress, yeah, you're probably good. But, you know, I'm just using it for the... I mean, it's basically a 360-day calendar, you know. It's all dwarf themed. The work's already done for me, right? Like...
So
Okay,
you
and-
rolled all of our stats. That's some pretty banging ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should all have pretty
trying to
good
check my-
stats, actually.
I like my golem.
Yes.
Molem the
you tell?
golem. Molem the golem.
Also, I put the gist of the history thus far into a handout for Roll20, in case you want to look that over.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Oh, this is... Yeah, we've already read that.
Yeah, you've already read
Yeah.
this. I have a second handout for this thing in particular. Alright, so we good for the adventure intro?
Yeah.
Alright, intro to the Hidden Highland. Some 300 years after the fall of Curananol and the Battle of the Longest Minute, the Root Seath has been formed, an order dedicated to waging holy war against the demon princes and their underlings. Last year, in early autumn, the month of limestone, a root Sith detachment, led by Commander our Iron Fist, was sent to an isolated part of the world known as the Hidden Highland to search the dwarven ruins of the area for ancient artifacts and await the arrival of a falling star due to land in the area in the following spring. All contact with the Iron Fist detachment was lost. Fearing the worst, the Roots sent your detachment to reestablish contact, or if the Iron Fist detachment, sorry, I'm getting cross talk from Barrow Maze. Iron Fist detachment has been lost to fulfill their mission in their stead. Heading out on the first day of spring, your detachment was met with an unseasonal blizzard, no doubt conjured by the band of storm giants that ambushed you. Stone and lightning rent your detachment apart, killing your commander, Heroic Greypike, and scattering in your forces. Your squad now bears the last two messenger bats, a letter of introduction to the Gorlak Queen Gija Ash VIII of the Dreamweaver dynasty, and the dying order from your commander to complete the mission. In the stinging cold of the blizzard, you find a cave opening with a warm airflow coming out from it. Would everyone like to go through and introduce their character? Starting with, what you're basically about, which we'll just go in alphabetical order with the Discord chat. Starting with Avo.
I'm pulled through Drakeford, and I hope we get out of this alive.
What's your backstory? I know that you wrote one.
My character would omit that for a while. Do you want me to explain it anyways, Kilray? Or do you want me to talk about it in...
I mean, you might as well. I'm fine with metagaming. It's cool.
Yeah. My character is by trade a vault tester. Used to testing security of vaults, for their, to bring up weaknesses that I encounter. And yeah.
Using your rune scribe abilities, right?
Yes.
What house are you from? Are you from the High House as a rune scribe or some other one?
My family name has great shame.
Okay.
Find great shame.
I'm ashamed to talk about it, and so has everybody in my lineage.
Cool.
No, the house. It's basically your nation.
Yeah, so he means his clan. It's fine. Anyway, let's move on.
Oh, my bad.
Since Josh, you back with us?
I'm here.
All right, so let's introduce your character.
My character is Vin Sparkshaper, and if anyone has seen the movie Atlantis: The Lost Empire, he is Don Novello's character, the explosions guy, but a dwarf. His primary motivation is making things explode or collapse or otherwise turn from structure into disorder. So chaos, effectively.
Yeah, I mean,
but
go ahead.
Like a real classy chaos.
Yeah, I think Atlantis: The Lost Empire is one of the underrated Disney bits and one of the better pieces of white saviorism. I mean, it's true, but no matter how sick the animation is.
Some real sick animation of that one and Treasure Planet.
Yes. Treasure Planet is not white saviorism, to my knowledge.
It is not.
Next, we have Missiles.
Yeah, my character is named Doric Gulfrost. He's the Scald of the group. I don't know, his backstory is super well fleshed out. Basically, he's found himself despairing over the loss of the Holy Mountain home and fell into a life of drinking and gambling and kind of hanging out at bars. And when the root seed was called, he was found himself renewed with patriotic desire to help the dwarves and wanted to turn his life around, and so he decided to join the Rude Seed out of a sense of duty.
Cool. Next, we have RDP. Introduce your character.
Hello, I am Newt Bluebeard. Let's see. I play a scout, so think sneaking, being the point man, recon, things of that nature. My background is I was basically a privateer, so essentially pirate in all but name. Two sides of the same coin. I pillaged, I looted, I murdered. Yeah, so basically the choice was either join the Root Sith or hang at the end of a rope or die in combat while boarding an enemy ship. And you're fatalistic like me, you take the option that gives you the most agency in regards to how you choose to die and live your life. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah. The fun thing
Swimming
about
is such a bad way to go.
Yeah, I mean, the fun thing about actual history is being a sailor was so terrible during the Age of Sail that, becoming a pirate and having a life expectancy of about 2 years was actually very appealing to many people.
Was it that bad?
It's one of the great innovations of the American Navy is we hired people as a job and paid them well,
Yes,
as opposed to just literally oppressing them into service.
instead of press ganging them, plus
Yeah.
also the vitamin D and scurvy, and
Yeah. I mean,
There's
we had the advantage of being 200 years into the Age of Sail, but still.
There's actually a fun story about the history of like trying to deal with scurvy, right? Which was like this one British like scientist or doctor or something, right? Basically figured out lemons prevent scurvy, but it didn't make any sense within the miasma theory that was popular at the time. So people ignored them for like ages. And eventually people were like, okay, lemons do cure scurvy, even though we don't have any idea why, so we'll feed the sailors lemons. But then the British Empire is like, that's kind of expensive. Let's feed them something else. I think it's like wort or something, which doesn't have any citrus in it or the right vitamins.
Any vitamin C.
Yeah, it doesn't have any vitamin C, but it was way cheaper.
Yeah, good.
So they did that instead for a while.
It's negative infinity benefit per $1.
But it's cheaper.
And therefore it's
But it's
yeah,
cheaper.
but it says negative infinity benefit. It doesn't matter how small that number is.
Look, look, we need to roll in one of those AI CEOs in here so he can explain to you how it being cheaper makes it all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
let's just get a capitalist CEO in here and start explaining to us how cheaper is better.
Is there a non-capitalist CEO?
Yeah.
That's actually a good point.
I mean, I
They're
guess
all
you could have
I'm the communist
the CEO of a cooperative. I don't know if that really counts.
Yeah, I don't.
What about the guilds?
Those don't have
Let's get
CEOs.
some, guilds.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Damon, introduce yourself and your character.
All right, I'm Skirvir of the Brackmargon clan. I'm a back dwarf. I worship.
Wait a second, that wasn't the name you submitted to me.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
It's the server name.
It's Flicker Emberwing, but in Dwarvish, it's Skirvir.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna call you Skippy.
I just put it in
prefer-
your English name like you submitted to me originally.
Fair enough. All right, call me.
Your name
Flicker,
is Skippy.
then. Sure, Skippy. Let's go with it.
Yep.
Okay,
Like
change
the
it.
gun?
He has 2 children back at home who are 3 years old, along with a wife. He joined the Root Seath in order to regain the clan's adamantine lantern, which is used for his blaze user abilities, which contains fragments of the corpse of the Overgod, whom he worships. Let's see, he has previous work in courier activities, mostly traversing through dangerous areas and trying to avoid getting killed and using his blaze user magic to survive. He's the 3rd son of the 2nd son of the clan chief, and all of his brothers and his own father have also joined the Root Seath in different companies in hopes of getting the adamantine lantern back. Yeah.
So you have a wife and 2 kids.
Yes.
My immediate jaded thought is you will not survive this root scythe.
It's very possible. Also, my personal hero is Airy Ford, Forge Feet, Savior of the First Hammer.
If you guys will go to the your inventory sheet, which I linked in the Discord, you'll go to Flicker Emberwing's tab and look under Other Wealth.
Ha!
Other wealth.
Yeah, but you can't realize that value on the market, so it is meaningless. It has no value at all.
Values realized upon exchange.
That's right. And I might be able to physically buy your family, but they wouldn't love me, so it wouldn't matter.
True.
I don't think that they love the original person if they're selling them either.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know that.
So all that can happen is I can take away your joy, and that's it. I don't gain your joy by taking it from you.
Fatal family photo.
Yes. Look at your photo or talk about your family, and then you just get stabbed in the neck.
Also, at the very end of the list, there should be a couple tabs for weapons, armor, and other stuff that you might reasonably want to interact with your inventory. Do you guys want to tool around with what your equipment loadout looks like?
What does H armor mean? Heavy armor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Medium armor, warhammer, yes. Powder kegs, yes.
The powder kegs are pretty dope. I might regret putting them in the game later. So don't. So enjoy them while they last. We'll just say, enjoy them while they last.
What are sapper's tools again? What does that consist
They just
of?
allow you to do all your sapper stuff, like setting up traps and unlocking stuff and so on.
Okay.
I imagine it has like one of those little tiny hammers and like tweezers. And...
I have a sword and a dagger. Does that mean I'm doing 2 attacks?
No. So dual wielding just gives you a +2 to hit.
I see.
And I should.
Sword versus something like a versus an axe or a hammer.
If you look at the weapons chart.
Weapons. Yes.
So you'll see. So basically, axes have the highest potential damage, but they're super random. Bludgeons are very consistent. Swords are somewhere between, and spears basically just do less damage, but you can do a bunch of cool shit with them.
Gotcha.
Also, I
think
forgot,
I'll
but
take a shield over the dagger.
you can't use a shield.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's part of your class.
Good to know. I see.
Yeah, also, if you don't have a clan dagger under your small items, please put a clan dagger there. I forgot to update that.
I do have one.
I don't think I have one. Land dagger?
Yeah.
And it's under small items.
Yeah, if you don't have
small item.
if you don't have a clan dagger under small items, you get to add a clan dagger.
Yeah, Newt does not have one under small items, it says.
Yeah.
What does shock do as an ability from a from a bludgeon?
So that means if you miss, you still do 1 damage.
I see.
Cool.
So they're very consistent. You're always going to at least chip the enemy. So
Now, what the heck is a rune staff of shocking grasp?
So runic magic for dwarves, you're item dependent. So you don't have innate spell casting. And you can't cast spells from slots or mana like a wizard can. So you're item dependent. Now the benefit though is that you have the most efficient items out of all the magics available in the world. So rune staffs essentially are have 3 charges of a spell, and you can cast that spell from it. So your Rune Staff of Shocking Grasp allows you to cast Shocking Grasp, and it has 3 charges. So every time you cast it, you roll you'll roll an intelligence check. If you succeed it, you don't expend anything, and if you fail it, you expend a charge.
Okay, I guess maybe more what I was asking is, what is Shocking Grasp?
It's on the spell list.
Okay.
It's a melee spell. It does a shit ton of damage, but you got to be right up in someone's face.
I see.
Sorry,
And I
another
have-
question about weapons. Sorry, go ahead, Java.
I have a
root,
Cobble
cold
of
root.
Shield, Cobble of Mage Hand.
Yes.
So I saw that Mage Hand was a spell. Is that an alternative use, or is that standard, similar to the other stuff?
So cobbles are basically the same as rune staffs, but they only have 1 charge.
Okay.
It's basically they're cheaper if you're not going to use the spell very often. It's like the difference
Okay.
between scrolls and wands.
Okay, sounds good. All my spells are synced between my sheet and my and Roll20, so I'm good on my end. Thank you.
No problem.
So in Great Axe, it says cast.
Oh, that's a remnant. Let me get rid of that.
Oh, okay.
I was experimenting with
says under
something
whip.
in the combat system. It didn't really work out, so it's gone. All right. Any more questions about my horrible clutch together rule set?
1 second.
This isn't related to
Well,
that, but
color
under
for the
my
sheet.
skills and abilities, I have a detect construction tricks, and I don't see that.
That's
the
just a
dwarf
universal
class.
dwarf ability.
Oh, okay.
As a dwarf, you can detect construction tricks, or at least you have a chance to. Oh yeah. Also, I should note that your party currently has 2 NPCs in it. One is a fighter named Boulder Anvil Breaker, the world's largest dwarf, and Matilda, the pack mule.
You also get the golem, or is that?
Yeah, the
not-
golem's with you as well.
Okay, so
So 3
5,
NPCs.
6.
His name is Molem.
Golem.
Mole, the
Molem,
golem.
the Golem.
You like it?
Oh.
All right.
I do.
Airford use a battle axe, so let's go with that. Oh, the one-handed. What did Airford have in his offhand then? Oh, he had a light axe. Okay, interesting. Oh, he had 4 light axes.
Yeah, light axes are your thrown weapon of choice.
Yeah. Well, Airford went with a bow axe, but I think that Flicker Emberwing is going to go with a great axe.
All right.
For great.
All right, let me know when you're satisfied with your equipment. Yava, you satisfied? Okay, never mind, I guess. Josh, go on.
The musket takes up 2 slots.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
My mic not picking up?
It
Oh,
wasn't
there you
picking
are.
up a second ago if you're
There you
talking.
Okay, that might be a recurrent issue. I tried to lower the audio threshold, but yeah.
Okay, you're good with your equipment load then. And,
Yes.
Josh,
Thank
you
you.
good with your equipment?
Yep.
Missiles?
Yeah, I think so.
RDP?
Quick question about the satchel on the PC game inventories. Pistol here takes up slots 2 and 3. Is that
Those are 2
Oh.
separate pistols.
2 separate pistols? Okay.
Yeah. If an item uses more than 1 slot, I typically just mark it with a dash.
Oh, okay.
right
Okay.
below. I mean, you can notate it however you want, so long as it makes sense to you.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
To confirm, there's no problems with me having a two-handed weapon, right?
You're
Like, I don't
perfectly
need
fine
to-
with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you
It-
can use two-handed weapons. You just can't use shields.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that it wasn't going to interfere with my spell casting or anything
No.
like that.
Your lantern needs to be in one of your hands or in one of your 4 satchel slots.
Gotcha. Okay.
Assuming you want to use it at all. I mean, you could put it in your pack and not cast any spells.
No, I think I'll have my silver lantern. So it sounds like we're ready then? If I understood correctly?
Seems like it. So you stand before this this cave opening with a draft of warm air coming out of it. As you're sort of milling about and taking stock of your equipment, you see a shooting star go overhead. And you're faced with a choice of you can either go and fight the storm giants or you can go into this cave.
Fight the storm giants.
How?
That sounds like a genius course of action.
That's
You
I think
insist,
that
I
I will
guess.
be looking very closely at. So, is anybody good at math?
Why don't we
my
just
character
sit
is.
and wait until Pagan Min comes back?
No. Is anybody good at math? Is anybody good at eyeballing this thing and trying to calculate where it's going to land?
Maybe my character?
I don't have my astronomical tables on me right now.
I'm thinking maybe the engineering dude.
Okay, Vin Sparkshaper, give me an intelligence roll.
Okie doke. Here's my character sheet. Success!
Nice.
To the north, somewhere in the Hidden Highland. And that's basically as best as you're going to be able to tell, seeing a streak of light for about a half second.
Ah.
With no tools.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that fighting against a bunch of storm giants when we don't have to is probably a bad idea. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. So,
Sounds like it.
Yeah, we can hold up in the cave, assuming the cave also isn't filled with storm giants as well. But
It's the storm giants all the way down.
Well, there's like an airflow coming from this cave, so it connects to something.
There's a larger space somewhere else.
or
At the very
something is
least.
breathing into it.
So I guess we're saying that like heading to the north and trying to follow this star would require fighting storm giants.
The cave also goes to the north. You
I see.
go around like a pass to go, like a little path on the.
We're dwarves. Of course
Yeah.
we get through the cave.
Yeah,
Dwarves generally are
This
more
is a
comfortable with
question.
caves than
Underground is
above
good.
ground traveling.
And underground is good, and avoiding storm giants is good. So I say we go with the cave.
Yeah.
yeah, cave.
I mean, I believe in player agency, which is why I gave you the technical choice to fight the strongest giants in the game.
Uh huh.
No,
So we go
no,
into
no.
the cave and you find the storm giants because the illusion of choice.
So you go into the cave and you find a bunch of storm giants, and they kill you immediately, and the campaign's over.
All right, fine. I'm going to bed.
Anyway. So you travel through the cave for a while, following a tunnel in the direction of where this draft comes from, and eventually the path you're on opens up into a larger space.
Alright.
What's in the space?
Ooh.
Anything notable that we see?
Yes. So you see to the south is the north. So down is north, because I didn't feel like reorienting the map after I figured out my mistake. Anyway, down is north. So over here you see dropping down 10 feet below the side of this walkway is a huge cavern lake. Over here is a stone pillar that comes out of the water, about on level with the platform you're 20 feet above the water. This one is also about 20 feet above the water. The path goes forward and hooks downward, going gradually lower until you see over here a bunch of ogres around a campfire, a large campfire. And this platform is about 10 feet below you. And one of the ogres, this one over here specifically, is sitting on a chair, and he's turning a spit with a gnome on it. And one of the other ogres complains, "He ain't cooking at all! I told you we should have caught a halfling instead!" And you just hear a tittering, "Ah!" And on the very far side, over here, you see a bunch of you see a pair of flaming ooze creatures of some sort next to this thing right here, which is a sort of circular stone tunnel that goes deeper into the earth and from your dwarven senses seems to be the source of the airflow.
All right. Do we see any potential way to get these things down here to get into conflict with the ogres? The flaming oozes?
I mean, I'm open to whatever ideas you have.
What attracts oozes?
Mm.
All right.
Can I
Could
try
we get
rolling a roll on those lore roll on those oozes
Sure,
and see if we can know something more about them?
sure.
Where the hell did I put my character sheet? Here it is. I think I just do this.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, lovely.
So
Nice.
these monsters are a kind of ooze called a humor. They come in 4 different types. Funny that. This is a fire humor, one of the lesser forms. This one can project a cone of fire, which is basically a burning hand spell, at will, and also has a pseudopod that can punch you. It's 3rd level. It's weak to ice and cold damage. And they do like eating stuff, but these ones seem to be chilling in the airflow right now. Or heating in the airflow? You know, whatever. You get what I
Warming
mean.
themselves like a cat in the sun.
Hmm.
I guess it's like acting like a bellows, you know.
What does this C mean?
Which
Or
C?
Are we not over by the ogres?
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
chest.
Chest. Gotcha.
And these are
Okay,
giant bedrolls. Also, I'll tell you, I made this map in GIMP. I hope you like it.
It looks pretty good for a GIMP, actually.
Is there? Oh, this guy. I was
Yeah,
about to
that's
ask,
pretty good.
what is this? Oh wait, how do I? What is that thing there? I think it's just indicating that particular guy is asleep.
Yeah, that ogre is just sleeping on his bed. These other 2 ogres over here are fishing into this cave water, and these 2 ogres around the campfire are arguing. They don't seem to have noticed you at all. I should note, none of you are carrying light sources, and their dark vision does not go out far enough to see you.
But how far does our dark vision extend? Is it 60 feet?
Yes, it's 60 feet. And their
I
dark
guess
vision...
my lantern isn't going then. Or it doesn't go like on the visible spectrum. Okay. All right. Since these guys are fishing, that means that they are to some degree looking out across the water. So we're not going to be able to swim past them.
Make a what
And-
level are these ogres?
Ogres... want to do a lore check?
Sure, I'll do another lore check for the ogres.
Maybe for the gnome too.
Holy
Ooh.
shit.
No shit.
Ogres,
Okay.
ogres are 4th level creatures. They like eating sentient humanoids. They're pretty dumb. They are giantkin, one of the least forms of giants. And this group in particular seems to be some kind of hunting party, who apparently has had not much luck.
Okay. So we can't take them head on, and trying to fight them isn't the best.
What level were those oozes again?
3rd level.
3.
3rd level.
I mean, can they cross the water?
Can what
Uses-
cross the water?
The orc?
The ogres.
Ogres. Yeah.
The ogres, I guess, in principle could swim, but the water's deep enough that they would have to swim, and also is 10 feet below where they are.
Maybe we could get onto this platform right here.
And range them down? Potentially, yeah.
Because that's within like 80 feet. So we just have to hope that they wouldn't call our bluff and just move outside of range.
I'm guessing by the stats over the head of that gnome, that you said that was a gnome over the fire?
Yeah.
I'm guessing by those stats he's still alive.
He is still alive.
Shit.
He seems to be giggling every now and again.
And maybe
Hmm.
Lord check him.
Yeah. That seems strange that seems unconcerned about being roasted on a spit over a fire. Fail.
Oh.
There it is.
It's a mysterious gnome.
Perhaps some kind of
relation
fire gnome, but he
between-
seems
what's
rather
the-
unbothered.
What's the relation between dwarves and gnomes?
Gnomes are mysterious. You know very little about them.
Okay. And this golem is medium size, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to...
Your golem's also not very tough at the moment, but
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
to confirm, swimming with heavy plate armor, is that viable?
no.
Alright.
How
I'm gonna-
deep is the water?
The water, the depth of the water varies in places because the water's very clear, fortunately. But so you can see the rocks beneath. It's very uneven. You get the feeling that this place has probably not experienced a lot of erosion. So this is probably more fresh melt. So the depth varies anywhere from 10 feet to, 15 feet to, like, beyond your dark vision range.
Okay.
Alright, so can somebody who is not wearing heavy armor swim out, potentially? It might have nasties in the water is the main worry I have. Get these guys to aggro towards the ogres. Some
To get
some
the-
heat sources should get them to move, potentially.
So you want to get the fire humors to start attacking the ogres?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when they start their attack, we'll follow through.
Maybe. What's the range of the magic missiles?
It's in the spell description. It's like 120 feet or something.
Oh, it just says description.
In the document, which is the spell descriptions for all the
Oh,
spells.
that's right. That's right. Forgot about that. I'll open that up. Thank you.
So who's gonna swim?
I mean, I could.
Did we agree on swimming?
No, but that's my current idea.
Bluebeard
we
would
have
be the
a-
best swimmer among you, and he can also
Yeah,
sneak, so he would be the best candidate to do that.
Are any of we can
Well, there
we
you
can
go.
kind of see a couple of other platforms around in the are
Yeah.
any of these other platforms like I just
Who keeps
Are any of these
dragging
other
their?
platforms? Huh?
Who keeps dragging their ruler?
That is
Me.
Damon. Stop.
Are any of these other platforms like low enough to the water that one could potentially like climb from the water onto one of those other platforms as opposed to this one here, which you said was like 20 feet above?
Yeah, so this one is flush with your current position.
Yeah.
So you could try to. So you could
Throw a
try to
rope.
jump or throw a rope or something like that to get over there. Of course, you'd have to leave your mule behind. This other one you can barely see. It seems to be higher than the rest of the water, actually. This one is 30 feet above the water.
I see.
What about using the mule as a trap? Mule goes up ahead on its own. And then as they go over to get it because they want food, then we knock them off into the water or something.
Possible to knock a 4th level ogre into the water?
Yeah, I don't think you.
Shove action.
Seems like that might be. I don't know. Is that not a sneak attack kind of thing?
So, also, I
But-
should note you get a massive penalty for trying to shove creatures larger than you.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
if we're
that's
all
not
working
feasible.
together?
I
mean-
think that's still not feasible.
Alright.
Because there's 7 of us and 5 ogres.
Yeah.
Well, we now have a trap specialist.
Right.
Cause some sort of cave in on the side of the wall to force them in.
Where do you want me to do this cave in?
And how close are you
over
going to be able to
here.
get without them seeing you?
So I'll just draw where they. So they're not paying much attention. So.
Guess I
Alright,
have
so
horrible
right
karma.
about there.
So
just
let's
draw a
say the
line.
mule walks down this way, and then walks down this way, gets their attention. They run up to it, and then landslide happens, and they get thrown into the water, and then we kill them while they're busy trying to get out.
And then we lose the mule.
No, we shouldn't lose a mule.
So
Why wouldn't we?
If we cause this cave, we're trying to cause a cave in to push them into the water.
Yeah. As they're running up to the mule.
I
So
feel like
that's
this is very
operating
complicated.
that's operating under the assumption that they will go up to investigate the
So-
mule instead of yeeting their spears at it.
So I will note you can also go up to this red line right here before they'll have a reasonable chance of seeing you.
Yeah. So why don't we just trap? We can get down onto this area. Right, it's covered by darkness for me. So
Correct.
we can get down there. So why don't we just trap this area? You know, do a Bugs Bunny yoo-hoo and have them follow us up here, and then we hit them from up here with rocks and traps and things.
Yeah.
Hold on, there's
I
a
mean-
door up here.
Yes, there is a door. You see a
mean
worked
there's a
stone
door where?
wall, seemingly of dwarven make, and a door. And you recognize the overall design of this thing as being some kind of crypt or burial site.
Wait, how do I? Are we just moving forward?
I guess we should probably check for traps first.
Okay.
Is detecting construction tricks the same as detecting traps, or is that
No,
a
those are different things. Anyway,
different
I
things,
will
okay.
secretly roll your search traps, and also I will put down a dice for the timer. No, we're on the second turn of exploration. All right, you search the. No traps detected. You don't detect any traps.
Well, all right. Let's put some traps down then.
Oh.
We'll make traps happen.
Aren't we willing to open this door, see what's inside?
I thought. Let's do one thing at a time.
But there
let's not
might
get
be
distracted,
something
but-
useful.
Or there might be fucking horrible monsters. Let's deal with the room we're in.
That's the case, and we should probably just run straight through the ogres and then have the horrible monsters attack the ogres.
Hey, there's a game plan.
Look, I don't think drawing aggro is really a wise battle strategy.
No, it isn't, but still.
Unless you want to
Wait.
tank.
So
But,
let
kind
me-
of action.
let me just quickly go over some of your trap options, so that we're all clear on that. So your traps, so your major traps are your powder kegs. You can put them on a short fuse or a long fuse. Short fuse means it blows up in 1d4 -1 rounds. A long fuse means it blows up in 1d8 -1 rounds. So they're very powerful. The small powder keg does 5d6 damage in a 25-foot radius, and the large powder keg does 10d6 damage in a 50-foot radius, but they're very inconsistent. They can also blow up structures and whatnot. So by spending supplies, you can also get some lesser traps, such as barbed wire, which will set up a space or an area of difficult terrain. You can set up caltrops, which will injure the feet of anyone going through and slow them. You can put out a bear trap, which basically just does damage and kind of hooks them in place if it does hit them. You can also use, although this is probably going to be difficult given the fact that it makes noise, but you also have, as a sapper, your undermine ability, which allows you to basically make a section of wall unstable so it'll collapse onto the adjacent area, which will do damage and potentially bury them for a while. So
I like that option. I mean, it also serves as a distraction.
To make the wall unstable so that it collapses.
Yeah. And then when they come over to investigate, we run away, and then
Yeah.
it falls on them.
How long will it take to set up an unstable wall trap?
It takes 10 minutes per 10-foot section.
How big are these squares?
5 foot.
Okay.
So we could reasonably set up 2 squares worth.
Would it be reasonable to try to set up 2 squares worth of collapsing wall quickly enough that it could be done by the time the ogres come over?
The real problem is the noise. You're in a big cavern.
Well, 10 minutes. I was gonna say
And how
combat is faster than that.
How fast can the ogres move to the point where the trap will be ready to go by the time that they get to...
They can.
Yeah.
They have a move rate of 40, so they can move about 8 squares per move action, or 16 squares if they dash.
It's too fast.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely going to get there before you're done
We're
with
done.
the 10 minutes.
The other setting up the other traps doesn't make considerable noise, though.
What about the explosive option?
They'll hear a faint sizzling and then a big kaboom.
And then not much after that.
Hopefully.
Can I set the powder kegs to go off on a trigger?
It should only be like one. The main problem is getting them in the area of it.
Yes. So
Getting all 5.
yeah. So to answer the question, yes, you can hook it up to a tripwire, but the fuse is still a random timer.
Oh. Okay. Why don't we just go over there and hit them with our sticks until they die?
I
Oh,
don't
that-
think that we can.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah,
So-
they're at 4th level. We're all 1 level.
No, you already
have
4th
numbers.
level, but they've got 24 health and 14 AC, and they're giant as well. And there's 6 of them.
You're set.
Oh, yeah.
I thought there were 5.
So
Might be wrong.
All right, so why don't we
Gotta
just
just-
go? Why don't we see if we can go through the door then and go around them and just ignore them entirely, and not come back here, and not
Yeah, we
save
could-
the annoying gnome.
Yeah,
How
how
do you
about
kn-
we just go
what
through
makes
the
you think he's annoying? You've not even met him.
Oh, no, Vin hasn't met him. I've met him.
I met him.
How have you met him?
You just said you were okay with metagaming.
Yes. He's everyone's
say that-
favorite character.
He's Ogbold, the gnome. Because it's a
You-
gnome. And that it has to be.
Okay, I'm going
All
to
you
open
see
the
is
door.
giggling, and giggling is an annoying thing.
All right, so
Yeah.
you open
So
the
is
door.
Feeling while you're
Can-
being burned.
Right.
He's fine. Anyway, so can you move your token through or not?
Yes,
where's my
yes,
token?
I can.
All right.
Oh, lots more doors.
All right, so you enter this room. You see the room is lined, so these stars are statues of the honored dead. There are 4 doors over here. 3 of them, the top 3, look like they were broken into at some time in the past. Over here is a force field over a doorway going into a much more ornate burial site. And over here in the center of the room is an altar, and on top of the altar is a copper idol in the shape of one of the minor gods of grave sites, essentially.
Okay, I pull out my lantern, and I'm going to kneel at the altar and do the regular rites of that should be given in respect to the ancestors and to the gods.
You do so. The gods do not
All right.
answer.
Local gods.
Okay. Should we edit? Okay, so to be clear, should we expect that the gods don't answer?
The gods haven't answered in 1,066 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
The gods have long abandoned us.
All right, which god is it that is being represented by the idol in
I didn't-
comparison to these statues?
I didn't give him a name. It's just a minor god of burials and crypts and stuff. You can name him if you want.
No, I'm good.
Better
Yeah,
do a
so-
load check.
No, this is the role of our new bard, because you made me try and do that stuff, and I always scramble to try and figure stuff out. So, missiles, our scald.
You want me to name this god?
Yes.
Do a load
I'm trying to
check.
read the podium, Damon. What the hell?
Lord, check it. Lord, check it.
All right. This is going to end well. Yeah.
Fail. You don't know this minor god. Rip.
Okay.
Okay. I guess let's start from the top.
Also, I
'cause
will
you
note.
can't go through force field, right?
Also, I will note the copper idol is imminently movable.
Yeah, but
Is it like? Do you mean like it's small enough to be carried, or it has
Yes.
like movable limbs and shit?
It is small enough to be carried off, is what I mean.
yeah,
Does-
but it's a burial.
Does Dwarven
thing.
culture view it as a bad thing to pick that up, or is it a part of? Like,
Well-
is that not?
Well, the root seath is in. So basically, there's a certain degree of pragmatism to it, where on one hand honoring the dead, on the other hand the root seath needs money, and your souls will be washed of all your sins for serving the root seath. So you could do it if you feel like. You won't get in legal trouble with it. Of course, that's a matter of whether or not you think the root seath expunging your sins is going to stick in the afterlife.
Just
could
like
we
privateering.
could we do a detect traps on the idol?
Sure, you can try to
Yeah.
detect traps on the idol.
Guess I checked that. Yeah.
All right. So looking around the idol, you see that the idol is very faintly is actually resting on a pressure plate. It's like one of those Indiana Jones things.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case.
Well, that means that it could be replaced potentially.
Yeah, that worked out real well for Indiana Jones, famously.
Yeah.
I mean, it
very
was a
true.
cool scene.
It's a very cool scene.
I'm gonna take a look at this door.
All right, so you look at that door. It is labeled as the family crypt of the Longchin family. You see that there is it looks like someone kicked in this door, as there is a boot print on it and is just sort of swung shut in idleness.
All right, I'll
How about
open
the
it
door
up.
I'm standing in front
All
of?
right. You look inside. You see that the coffins are all looted. The remains are strewn about the place. And on the far side, you see a graffiti symbol that you recognize as a symbol of the Iron Fist detachment.
Okay.
And that's the same
Wait, that's-
detachment that we were going to
Yeah.
investigate.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right, I pay my respects, but then what would this graffiti mean for us besides they came through this way?
You don't know anything other than the Iron Fists have been here. Assuming it was them, and not someone doing a false
True.
flag operation. You know, anyone could draw a
Very
symbol.
true.
Or maybe one of his ancestors, who knows? What about the door I'm standing in front of?
All right, that door is labeled as the crypt of the Grimtoe family. It has similarly been broken into.
Can I enter?
Sure, you can click on the doorway to open it.
Oh.
All right, you see that there's another open and looted chest, but also you see that the far wall has collapsed and given way through erosion into a natural cavern, the far side of which you see a small pool.
Huh.
I would like to mess with this force field a little bit. Is this a product of rune magic?
It is.
Oh shit! I should have been over there then.
Where is this rune magic emanating from?
It's a security spell, and are you sure you want to get that far ahead of the group there, RDP? All right,
Sorry.
so it's fine. The
Just doing scouting things.
So Drakehart, you would know as a rune scribe that you'd either need to find a mechanism or cast a dispel magic spell in order to get rid of this force field.
Okay. I don't have a dispel magic, so we'll have to figure out the lever. It could be that it's just the statue is on that, and everyone assumed it's trapped, and it just opens that. But we should look around.
What
to
about
see,
the statues? What about the statues?
The smaller
Or do
statues?
any of the...
No, I assumed you searched the whole room when you did the search check, and those didn't reveal anything of note.
Okay.
Can I also check the other doors?
Sure.
What they're doing?
This door over here is labeled as the Rune Fury family crypt.
Can I open the door?
Sure. Similarly looted remains strewn about the place. And Skippy over here, aka Flicker Emberwing, aka whatever dwarven thing that Damon...
Deerveer.
Yeah, whatever. Not like I chose the dwarven language or anything. You notice that this is labeled as an Emberwing family crypt, and it is still locked, and the door is made of stone.
Oh. All right. Would I happen to know the locking procedures for the Emberwing family?
You would need the key.
Probably also
okay.
check if it's trapped, because that
Yes,
might
please.
be yeah.
This is all what the root seed is about, right? Going to these long lost places and trying to regain what was lost.
All right. Searching the door, you do not find any traps.
Okay.
This is just one sturdy ass door.
Is there any chance? Does anyone
what
have
was-
like lock picking ability?
Yes. Your party sapper.
ER.
If you want to
I
give
mean,
it
we
a go,
could try to-
I give you my permission as a member of the Emberwing family, which you definitely needed, right?
Sure.
Makes it easier.
What am I doing here with the
So firstly,
lock picking?
so this would be under the disarm/open locks ability. So if you go down to abilities and skills and go down to detect
Oh,
and
this
remove
is on
traps
the. Hold on.
on the character
This is
sheet.
On the character sheet.
Yeah.
Abilities and skills.
Detect and remove
Techno-
traps.
oh,
It's the very last thing.
it's scrolled. It's too short for how long I.
Yeah.
The window's too short, so I see it.
Nice.
All right.
Success.
You successfully unlock the door.
Cool.
Nothing truly terrible happens. Nothing.
I will open it.
All right, you open it. Inside, you see 4 sealed coffins. Sort of on the walls, you see a mosaic depicting a small dwarven hold in a volcano surrounded by tropical jungle.
Dork?
Oh, should I lore check that?
Yes, please.
Hold on, where can I don't know if I can move inside this.
Wait, aren't you part of the Emberwing family? Shouldn't...
Yeah, but
It's been lost for 1,000 years. If you want, I could.
I'll roll a lore check. Success.
All right, so you see that this is clearly a depiction of one of the. So this is sometimes done where if a branch of the family has died and is buried sort of off a ways from where their main, where the main part of the clan is, they'll sometimes put up a depiction of where the main clan hold, essentially. And this one is depicting the Emberwing clan hold of apparently of this region in a tropical area with a volcano.
Tropical area. Might be information on where the lantern. I need to find a name for this. Is okay. I guess I will start drawing this out. Well, no, let's take a look inside of these caskets to see if there's anything that would help with this.
The caskets the caskets are all sealed.
Seems like
Is
there
there
would be
a worry
unlikely to be,
about-
if they're still sealed, there maybe is unlikely to be anything other than bat dwarf remains in there. I don't know, unless they were buried with possessions or whatever.
Would
I don't know if
dwarves
it's
normally be
dwarves.
buried with possessions?
Sometimes, depends on how rich they are.
Let's give it a go.
All
I've
right.
been charged by the current family, the current clan head, in
It's-
order to try and
it's your
track this
clan.
down. Yeah,
All right.
start with this one.
You bust open the coffin. Inside, you see the skeletal remains of a bat dwarf, heavily decayed. Nothing of particular value stands out to you.
I give my respects and turn to the next one.
So you're just going to do all 4 of them?
Yeah.
All right, so basically it's the same story with all of them.
Okay. I guess leave and close the door again.
Recover the caskets.
Yeah.
Why'd your family die poor?
That's that must be. I bet that was an insult in ancient Egypt. Like, huh? Why'd your family die without a pyramid, you fuckhead?
No, I swear
Yeah.
they stole it. They stole all the loot.
You couldn't even spare any possessions to take with you to the afterlife? Pfft.
So I
Let your
just want
family
to
die
say,
without a cat.
I just want to say that this thing was not taken despite these other groups coming in and ransacking all these other stuff. The reason why is either because they couldn't figure out the trap mechanism. Though we could potentially disarm it, right?
Mhm.
Detect and remove traps, right? Could we maybe give that a go?
Yeah, so you'd probably use that skill to try to remove the idol without setting off the trap. Want to give it a
It'd
go?
be so funny if it wasn't a trap. It just looked like one.
Yeah.
Should we
Let's-
like?
Placebo effect.
Yeah, let's go over here to
The real-
where there's where for whatever reason they decide to knock down the wall
No.
rather than
Like,
The real trap was the fence meet along the way.
so to clarify, that wall was not knocked down. It fell through natural erosion.
Should we go and like check out what's over there before we start fiddling with the idol? What's over in that cavern behind the second room?
Yeah. With a small lake in it.
Yeah.
One.
All right.
I mean, it's worth investigating.
it doesn't look like a lake. It looks like a rug.
Cavern.
It looks like there's just like a small puddle
like
on the
a lake.
ground.
Yeah. So it is a fetid pool of water with. It looks very not good.
And is this like a coffin here?
Yeah,
Wait,
there's
what?
like a broken
Right.
open coffin and that's sort of slid down, and like
Oh,
half
it's
the
broken
remains are
open.
over the thing. Those
Word.
are stalagmites.
Are
there
they
any-
real stalagmites?
Hit one and find out.
Watch me.
Fuck around and find out.
I will hit one.
All right. Which one do you hit?
This one.
Cool. Combat starts,
Oh, what the fuck?
I knew it.
but not for the reason you think.
Oh,
you
What?
you knock the you hit the stalagmite, breaking off the tip. It falls to the ground, making a loud sound, and a bunch of sturges that were on the ceiling of this room awaken.
Oh, fuck.
Gotcha.
So who is the aggressor in this situation?
That would be me
Gravity.
right there.
Gravity.
I'd
It would make sound with me hitting the thing in the first place, and then it would crash to the ground.
Yeah. So, right, because initiative is partially determined by who's the aggressor, and I think you're sort of mutually surprising each other. So I'll put this one up to a dice roll, and he should probably be right there. All right, friendlies get to go first. So who wants to take the first turn of the new combat system?
Guess I'll shoot them with magic missile.
Dragon pistol.
Only one of you
Actually,
gets
are
to
the
go at a
doors-
time. Okay.
Actually, quick question: are the doors closed enough to avoid aggroing the ogres? Are we worried about that?
That's probably not a serious concern.
Okay.
All right, so you want Drakeheart to go first? All right, so Drakeheart, that's going to cost you 2 of your action points. So you're going to be out, and I'm assuming you're going to do the full cast of the magic missile for the 3 missiles.
Yes.
You going to target all the same sturge, or going to split it up?
Probably split it between 2 of them. So I'll do 2 shots out the bottom left one and 1 shot on the right one.
All right, roll 3 ED4 plus 3.
Whoa.
Damn. All right, so the first sturge is killed. The second sturge is severely wounded. Which means initiative then passes to the sturge. The sturge is just going to make a swooping attack, which will take all of its actions, and will attack Newt over here. Let me get out the sturge sheet. There we go. It gets a +2 to attack, which doesn't matter, it misses. Newt, it is now your initiative.
Okay, I will swing at it with my sword.
Cool, that hits. Wow, that's a really good roll. All right, so that takes up one of your actions. And you kill it.
Nice.
Which means initiative passes back to the Sturges. This one over here is going to go, and it's going to attack Flicker Emberwing. And it gets a +2 to hit with this.
That hits.
Alright, so it's going to do 2 points of damage and is now latched onto you. As it drives its beak into your body and starts sucking your blood, ironically for a bat dwarf. It is now your turn, Flicker Emberwing.
Let's do firebolts. Let's see how this works. So it creates 6 bolts of fire that may be shot at any valid target as a ranged penetrating attack, dealing 1d4 damage per bolt.
Alright, would you
so
like
I'm
to
going
roll
to
each
do-
of those attacks separately or as one?
Let's do it separately.
Alright, rolls. So firstly, tell me how you're dividing up the bolts.
Well, first I'm going to hit the... Oh, is there any difference between doing them separately and doing them all at once then? If I am
So essentially...
declaring it beforehand?
Okay, so you have to declare who you're targeting first, right? So you can't hit a target until you know it's dead and then change. So that's one limitation. It's similar to the limitation of Magic Missile. All your bolts are going simultaneously.
Okay.
So...
Then there's no reason not to just fire them all at once. And, okay, we're doing 2 on the one that's sucking my blood, 2 on another, and 2 on another.
Alright. Give me a spell attack. Which should be... Which I should... Yeah, you need to... It doesn't...
Spell it. Oh, I see. Okay, 20d6.
No, it's not 20d... It's 66. Okay. So, and... No, there should be an entry on your actual character sheet for spell attacks.
Oh, I see.
It basically just gives you a +4 to hit.
All right. Nice.
Skippy.
4, 5, and 6. Ouch.
Okay, so 2 hit there, dealing a total of 3 points of damage.
Does the crit matter here? Or...
Yes, for spell attacks. And the rest miss.
What do you mean doing a total of 3 damage?
You do... So, only your 2... So your 2 first bolts hit, right?
Yep. 1d4 damage per bolt.
Oh,
I did
sorry.
4 damage on the first
Sorry,
one, then...
I confused myself. You're correct. So the first 2 did 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
He's still hanging on. The second one did... the second bolt... So those were the first 2 bolts, which is a total of 5 points of damage. And then the rest of the
and
bolts
all the
missed.
rest missed.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Impressively bad rolls.
Alright. And also, I forgot to update
2,
that one.
1, 2, 3.
So now this
Wow.
one gets to go. And it will also do a swooping attack against... Using both of its actions.
Against me?
Yep, to attack our party Scald. And misses. It is now... what's your name again? Dolric?
Doric.
Dolric, yeah.
I guess I'll attack it with my sword.
Okay.
Do I just
Roll
hit the button next to the sword?
Yeah, correct.
Did that do... Oh, here we go.
18, 6 points of damage. That kills it.
Nice.
Alright, the initiative switches back to the Sturges. Just to make everything nice and equal. This Sturge will swoop in and attack Drakeheart. +2 to hit since it's its first attack. And it gets 12, which is not enough to hit Drakeheart, so it misses. And Drakeheart doesn't have a turn, It doesn't have any actions left, so who wants to go? Who has actions left, which is the green bar above your head.
I have one
This
action.
Vin
left.
hasn't gone. Yeah, I've used one action to
Then
hit
is
with
it,
my sword.
I'm just
Yes.
trying to think, what can I do here?
You can only attack once, so you can use your other action to do a maneuver or move or use an item or do all kinds of other shit.
I guess using a pistol would be considered an attack, so
Correct.
can't do that.
Can I shoot this thing?
Sure.
My musket?
Yeah.
I mean, the muskets are allowed, right? My pistol says it's allowed. Are we worried about?
My musket says range 90 feet, reload 6 action points. What does it say in the...
So basically, what loud means is generally you'll incur a random encounter roll. So you might get an additional random encounter out of this, but I'll say for the sake of not totally fucking you over the fact that dungeons are necessarily tiny as shit, that the ogres won't hear you, since you're not.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot him. With the
Destroy
musket.
all our eardrums.
Wow.
Unless you have a musket silencer on it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
dwarves are used to loud sounds in enclosed spaces. We'll be fine.
Just shout out, cover your ears! And bam. 17.
All right, let's see. So that kills it immediately.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Now let's see if you get a random encounter out of that. You do not.
So it's no longer a breath attack.
No, I changed it. It just gives you.
roll.
It just gives you a +4 to hit now.
Gotcha.
Oh, I had a question about that. So what was the different? Where did we have the? Was this referring back to the poll that we did between deciding what folks wanted and then integrating both of those for the rolls for the saving throws?
I do not understand your question.
Sorry.
I don't remember
the death
that.
saving rolls. Where we talked about whether it would maim us or not.
Oh, the
no,
death
no,
save.
No, that's for death saves.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's a different thing entirely.
Oh,
that's the
okay.
death and dying rules.
So can someone ping me with the improved saving throw table?
What are you talking about?
In the dwarf
not-
game tables on the optional traits instead of better saves.
Yeah. So you
that'll
have.
come up with
So
somebody
as a
that's,
dwarf, you have better than normal saving throws, and that's default. It's already factored into how
Okay.
your character is built.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right. I have to have separate columns for intelligent, non-human, and then dwarf saving throws, because basically all intelligent beings have the same aim saving throw progression except dwarves, and then all non-intelligent beings have the same aim saving throw progression. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Anyway, the Sturges that are left don't have any actions left, so the remainder of the party can act in whichever order they want using their actions that are left over.
Great eye. Oh wait, actions are left over. That's the golem and whoever that is.
I'll just have
That's Vin.
Boulder
And then
Anvil
Boulder
Breaker
behind him.
come use both of his actions to come up and try to save Flicker Emberwing here.
Thank you.
So he'll come up and he'll do a battle axe attack because he supposes that shooting a blunderbuss into you might be a bad idea. He misses, and those are both of his actions for the round.
I don't think I have any super useful items.
I'm gonna try to swing my
don't-
sword
yeah.
again at the
You can't
Sturge that
you can't
just-
attack more than once per round.
Oh, I can't attack more than once per round.
If you got nothing you want to do left, you can just pass.
I mean, could I like move up towards? There's only the one guy left, right? What are these
There's
things
two.
called again?
They're called Sturges.
Oh, there's one at
They're like mosquito
Coulter
bat
is
things.
fighting one.
Yeah.
And then maybe I could just like use my action to kind of move up closer to the one that's attacking Scurver right now.
Yeah, you could
Oh.
just do that. You could just move like right here.
Yeah.
And that would use your action. And does Vin Sparkshaper's Golem want to do anything?
Let's see what he can do. He can slam things, is what he can do. Come on and slam.
And welcome to the jam.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Can I move him here? And then this is one of those. It's covered in numbers on my end, so it's hard to see. But this is one of the enemies.
It is. That is correct.
All right, I want to hit him.
All right, you get 2 slam attacks, so you can make 2 slam attacks with your golem.
All right. There's one.
All right, it's dead.
All right.
All right, everyone fills up their action meter again.
Oh, was I supposed to be manually reducing my action meter?
I've been doing that for you, just to help you get used to it.
Okay.
All right.
That guy was over there, but fuck it, I already said the combat was over, so it's over. We'll just say he failed his morale roll and flew off.
Okay. All right. I sheepishly apologize. And then...
So, Drakehart, you can see to the south over here that, now that you're not in combat, that this cavern of the wall is collapsed into another worked section, which is a little hallway that hooks downward over here to a set of double doors, and goes off into a tunnel over here, which is clearly collapsed.
But real quick, at least one of the sturges on the ceiling's corpse dropped into the water.
Correct.
Did anything happen when that happened?
No, it's just floating there.
Okay.
Can I check the door for traps?
All right.
Certainly. Certainly.
What would produce some sort of fetid water like that underground?
It could
Dolric,
just
give
be
me a
dripping
lore.
from the ceiling.
Yeah, Dolric,
Oh, a
give
lore
me
check?
give me a lore check.
Success.
Probably the Sturge shitting it in a bunch, and also the corpse falling into it.
The corpse falling into it. Do we think
So
that
it's
maybe
basically
there's...
just it's a very small underground pond full of guano.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
Suppose the question is whether or not there might be anything of value on the corpse in there, and if we care to try and find that out.
Unless you want to swim in shit water, I doubt it.
Yeah, no.
Swim
So,
it? No.
I think
Get
I'll
out a,
I will
get
also
out
point.
a,
I will also point out something, right, about the order of operations here. The Iron Fist would have had to come in here, loot the coffin, leave, then the wall collapsed, the coffin fell and slid into this room, and spilled its contents over into this pond.
okay.
That would be obvious in person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Many things I've done during my privateering days, but wading through shite water is not one of them.
I doubt
Am I
that.
seeing something over here?
You used to work on a sailing
That's just
ship,
a
right?
dead Sturge token.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, I see. You just moved it out of the way. I see.
What do you think a bilge is? It's full of. It's a place on the ship that fills with water.
You have
A pirate
absolutely
who's never
swum through
operated
water.
a bilge pump.
Yeah,
Fucking-
as a
what-
pirate, you've absolutely waded through shit water before.
Bilge pump?
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually brings up a good question. How did privateers and pirates back in like the Golden Age sail? Like, how did they use the bathroom? I'm assuming they just shed overboard.
Yeah,
Basically.
there's the head, which is I think literally usually at the front end of the ship, because the wind would be normally coming from the rear of the ship, so that the shit smell doesn't waft over the whole ship. Apparently,
Yeah.
that's why it's called the head in naval parlance, at least in the United States.
In some sailing ships, basically there was like a little balcony, and you went onto the balcony, and there's a hole in the floor, and you just shit through that.
You just into the ocean.
Yeah.
Anyway, also
End of the
Drake,
side of the ship.
also Drakehart, you don't find any traps.
Sounds good. I crack open the door.
Alright, you can just do that. Looking inside, you see that there is a fountain in the center of this room, a very large fountain. In it is and built into the fountain is a large fish statue with a huge gem in its mouth. Also, there are 3 other doors leading to other places.
Are we gonna try and get that bronze statue, by the way?
Being
we
as
can
how it
place-
was likely I don't know. We.
Maybe
we
if
wanna
we
go
switch
back
it
and-
with the gem from this fish's mouth, it'll be just the right weight.
Wait,
We got a guy who's able to disarm traps, potentially, so...
is the gem potentially booby trapped, or like what?
Do we want to
I'm
try and
talking
detect
about
traps on it?
Sure, but I was actually talking about the previous room.
The copper idol that
Yeah.
Ah,
did you want to get? Because you guys moved into that storage room in order to have enough space so that Vin Sparkshaper could try to disarm the trap of the copper idol, so you could take it without activating the trap. Did you want to enact that plan, or do you want to deal with this fountain room?
and how much more valuable is the gem as compared to the copper?
I don't know.
Copper is copper, but it's also history. But the real question is Josh, because Josh has got the ability to do this stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I could use a mage hand to just grab the bronze idol while we're out of the room?
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
If we really want to be dead set on grabbing that.
Well, how
So-
likely is it that we'll be trapped here by some nefarious mechanism, considering we can just tunnel through the walls?
actually, so thinking about it for a second, I saw a room over here going off from the nobles thing. So potentially we might be able to get access to Noble's burial site through this door indirectly.
Assuming it
Yeah,
leads
so-
to there.
So what I'm hearing is
Yeah.
a ton of speculation and not what the hell is anyone actually doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for Josh.
So
Do
Josh
what?
is the one with the
So-
ability.
so-
You
so
make
he's-
you make
he's-
the decision about what you want to do. Do you want to give it a go for the copper idol or not?
I'm the sapper. If you want to go for the copper idol, it's my job to disarm the trap. That's how it works.
Yes. So, do you want to do
he's,
that?
he's deferring.
Does
the
it
decision-
involve me blowing something up?
I don't think any of this is going to involve you blowing anything up.
Then I have
Probably
no
not.
specific opinion about it.
It might involve you blowing something up if you.
Well, then I'm
end up
interested.
being fine.
Okay, so
My mage hand could go there.
I'm just kind of sitting here wondering if other people are going to be interacting here. I don't want to be making all decisions or trying to.
So what's the
convince
significance
people
of the
to do
Okay.
fish?
stuff.
I'm going to
Yeah, let me
roll a
ask you-
die, and whoever. So
Yeah,
there's 1, 2, 3,
please.
4, 5. Okay, so slash roll 1d5, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jeff, make an executive decision about what the party is doing.
Let's go back and check out the copper statue.
All right.
Are we all checking it out, or is it just?
It's an executive decision by Jeff. You're all checking it out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Can we?
We're all back into the room that might have a trap that blows us up if we do anything with it.
All right. So
Mage hand.
Drake.
We don't have to. Yeah.
So Drakehart, you want to go with it at the mage hand instead of having Vin try to disarm it?
Yes.
All right, I'm not
gonna-
going to go up
Okay.
into
Yeah.
that
I'm gonna
room.
stand back. Can I move my token, please? Yes.
Yes. All right.
Everyone get in the cavern.
So Vin, you're going to. So sorry, Drakehart, you're going to have to stand at least right here to have line of sight.
Okay.
All right. So give me an intelligence roll to see if you expend your cobble or not.
All right. Let me check the threshold modifier for it.
There's no threshold. It's a threshold modifier of 1. -1.
Okay.
-1. Get -1. It's a first level spell. Alright, so you don't expend your cobble, but you cast Mage Hand successfully. Okay, so that's definitely within range of Mage Hand. You want to have the Mage Hand just grab the copper idol?
Yeah.
Alright, you grab it, the pressure plate underneath it lifts, and a force field goes over the door you came in on. over here.
Okay.
Huh. What happens if you drop something of equal weight back onto it?
You want to drop the idol back
I would
on?
say I put the statue back there.
Oh yeah, the force field doesn't deactivate.
Okay, so it's ours now. We keep it.
All right.
What about the force field over here?
It is still on.
That's okay. But we have a thing now.
But our mule is left behind.
Correct.
Our mule did not come with us. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It could not go through the door because it's too big. It's too
Yeah.
fat.
In the video
There's too
recording,
much
you
of a
can
big
see,
chunk
you
of-
can see exactly when I remembered that. Anyway.
And now we're coming back on into here.
All right. So now back into the fountain room.
Guess my mage hand's just floating along holding that, huh?
You can dismiss the mage hand and use it more throughout the day.
Okay.
So you can just
Yeah, okay.
So you want to just like stow the copper idol in your inventory?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. It takes
I
up one
pulled at it.
slot. You know, maybe pitch some supplies to.
All right.
All right. Is Vin?
So what are we doing with this
Is Vin?
fish statue?
So is Vin joining the rest of the party in the fish room, or is he?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I grabbed your token.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, did anyone do a lore check on the fish statue here with the gem in its mouth? Like, what's the significance of
I
I
it?
don't
believe
think so.
You did. No.
Should I do that then?
Sure. Yeah.
You should lure whatever you are interested in.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I can and what is, what can and can't be lore checked.
So this is
Can
Everything.
theoretically lore check everything.
yes.
Yeah.
You can look.
Like the fucking wall over to the southeast of this room.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you like it's a wall, and
It's a wall. What do you want?
yeah. All right.
The
So you
walls,
look. You
stalagmite.
lore check the fountain. The fish seems to be a design associated with one of the minor deities of fountains, actually. This world sort of has a Japanese mythology thing going on where there is like a couple primary gods, the 8 true gods, then like a bunch of like intermediate gods that cover like various minor things, and then you have like spirits and junk below that.
So would this be like an intermediate god of fountains or like a minor spirit of fountains?
Intermediate god of fountains. If it was a minor spirit, it would be specifically here, as opposed to the intermediate god, which is not here.
Oh.
Like a spirit is. So the spirits are still physically of the world. Like you can still go
Okay.
physically.
So then it would be like here and we could interact with it.
Correct.
Okay.
It is an intermediate god though, so that spirit is not home at the moment.
RDP here. The meme you sent.
Oh, the MWAP.
Yep.
All right. And also, because you're dwarves, and also because you noticed the lore check, you notice the gem is made of a low value gemstone, but it's very large, so it's probably worth a good bit, just by its size.
How heavy is it? Or how heavy does it look?
It's about 5 pounds.
That's not too big. I mean, big for a gemstone, but not like so big we couldn't carry it.
Correct.
Shame we don't have, a mule to cart it around.
I mean, is 5 pounds heavy for a dwarf?
No.
It is 1 slot of your inventory.
Which is a significant amount.
So there's a bunch of doors on the outside of this room, and then there's also this gemstone. We could try. Have we tried detecting traps?
I'm gonna open this door if there's no weird
All right.
shit on it.
You see an altar specifically to that said god. Over here, it seems to be in disuse, nothing of note, and the wall over here is collapsed into a natural cavern. You'll notice a theme.
All right. What's
Or
on
I'm
this
standing
thing?
in front of.
Oh, there's nothing on that altar. Dracar.
Did this door close again?
What
can
happens
click on
if
it,
you
too.
put the? What happens if you put the copper idol on this altar?
Want to try it?
Sure.
Nothing
Yeah,
happens.
okay, I'll bring it over to you. There you go.
You can put the idol on the altar and nothing happens. Also over here, Dracart and Vin would have seen this room. This one seems to be tunneled through with a bunch of wormholes made by giant worms. In other words, there's serious worm sign going on over here.
Oh boy.
You said wormholes, and I thought of a different thing entirely for just a moment.
Yeah, no, the proper wormhole in the proper sense of wormhole.
Yeah.
Okay, is this force field still here?
Yes, it is still there. And also, you're in this upper class burial chamber.
Is the force field still on this door after having placed the thing on
Yes.
it? Got it. Okay. Has this casket been opened?
It is not.
Let's check for traps and
All right.
any magic shit.
Checking for traps. You don't find any.
Any runes?
Nope.
What was in this casket again?
Let me look up
noble.
who's in this casket again.
Actually, we have a scald.
Do we lore check the casket?
Oh, one
Should I
minute.
move into the room and like look around?
You can lore check whatever you
Is there
like.
somebody standing in the room right now? I can't tell.
Yes,
Yes.
somebody's standing in the room right now.
I don't want to like
So
run in
this
and
is
cast
the
big traps or whatever.
tomb of a dwarf named Doomer Onyxbeard.
Humor. So am I gonna
He
roll?
lived as he
lore-
died. On Reddit.
Are there like in like drawings, inscriptions on the walls or anything?
Yeah, that basically says that, and he's from a family and stuff.
Oh.
And you can do a lore check for this.
Fail.
You discern no more information other than the name, and this was a rich guy.
Can you lore check the wormholes and like what could have caused? Like, how big are these holes?
They vary in size from a couple inches in diameter to like a foot in diameter.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, they're giant worms.
What's the name of that movie? What was it? Tremors, where it's like that.
Yeah.
What about these
Yeah.
statues?
These statues seem to be statues in the form of, in the shape of like they're like guardian statues of like looking over the dead and junk.
All right.
What about the other doors that were in that fish room?
We could go and look at some of those.
Yeah, you can go and look
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
what I was hoping to do.
All right. Are we going to crack open this noble's grave or no?
Maybe not. I mean, we could. I don't know. We did a detect traps on it and didn't see anything. Didn't sense anything on it.
Correct.
Plus, they seem to like the locking traps, so it's difficult to lock down the place if there's a tunnel,
Mhm.
connecting very different parts of it.
All right. So yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay.
All right. I'm going to open it up.
All right, opening
I
up
thought,
the coffin, you see inside a once richly dressed but now heavily decayed body, and holding in its hand is a rune staff.
Oh. Hello. That's something that would be a potential use for you. Coldrew.
Yes.
All right.
Am I able to identify the spell?
Yes, you are. It is a rune staff of dispelling.
Oh, nice. So
Oh,
we'll be able to
sweet.
get out of here.
I thought I
Okay.
could. I thought I got away from my privateering and looting days. Here I am in this cave looting. And
It's got to be a hard recovery. I'm sorry.
You never
We
really
we have
changed.
special writ. We have special writ from the Pope.
From the dwarf
to
folk.
Oh.
commit-
Hope.
Yeah.
The dwope.
All right. So we now have our route out of here. So there's that at least.
All right, everyone back into the fountain room.
Yeah.
So, can I go ahead and add the staff to my inventory, or?
Go ahead, yeah. It's a rune staff of dispel magic, 3 charges.
So we're checking the door on the right, which is actually the western door because this whole thing is inverted.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
That's fine.
I open the door. and I
Collapse
step-
tunnel.
Oh, fuck.
Are we able to do anything about that?
We're
You
dwarves.
could just spend.
Can't mine it out.
You could do a wall tap to see how deep it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. That's Vin Sparkshaper's special ability. So it will tell you whether it's 10 feet or less, or more than 10 feet.
Okay.
All right. So the timer goes over to the next exploration turn. All right, no random encounter. You determine that this collapse is greater than 10 feet deep.
Okay.
So not able.
And we can do that tap ability on like closed doors to see roughly how large the room behind it is.
Correct.
All right, I will open up the last door. Oh, it's locked.
Yep. Also, where the hell is Vin?
Top left or left side rather. Is that the room where everybody else is?
I think you're one of the tokens.
Your token is.
Well,
Yeah, I don't see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Drake
your
Hardison.
tokens are just on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what was confusing. Anyway, the door is locked. Do you want to have a go at unlocking it there, Vin?
All right. Click. Where is it? There it is. Yep.
All right. You
Nice.
unlock the door. You may now open it.
All right.
All right. Inside, you see that this is a small storehouse for booze. There are
Oh, hell
six.
yeah.
So there are 6 casks. The 2 on the left and the 2 on the right are both decayed and destroyed. There's nothing left in them. To the
Aw.
bottom, the one on the bottom left is a little worse for wear, but still intact. It might have something in it. And the one on the right is in pristine condition and could contain something.
It feels a
as
little
usual,
suspicious
check
that-
for traps.
Yeah, it seems a little suspicious that one of these would be in pristine condition, but I don't know.
I was about ready to start belting out what will we do with the drunken sailor and start drinking down all this liquor, but traps. Thank you for informing me about the traps.
We don't know if there's traps.
Well, there might be, but
Yeah. All right. So.
True dwarf wouldn't care about the trap.
True dwarves take their booze very seriously. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Well, that means there's
Calls
definitely
especially.
traps.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, are we checking for traps then? The people
why
who
not?
are good at checking for traps.
All right, so you want to go into
What
the room and
you-
check for traps, correct?
Yes.
All right. People who are good at checking for traps are you, and we'll say that the golem joins you. Because I assume that's just following Vin around everywhere he goes.
In certain circumstances, the Mollum the Golem might actually just be carrying Vin around.
You actually need a specific golem upgrade for that.
Aw, okay. Then I'll work on that later.
All right.
the
Anyway, you search the
Sorry,
room and you don't see any traps, but there's something real suspicious about this barrel. Something.
Which
On the pristine one?
Yeah, and then it
Mimic.
blinks at you.
Mimic.
double slam?
what the fuck?
I will give you guys the initiative since you decided to check for traps and didn't say you were going to touch it immediately.
Double slam.
All right, that hits
Can
for
I
7
start-
points of damage.
Can I start playing one of my bard songs, or do I need to wait for my initiative turn or whatever?
You gotta wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Initiative is popcorn initiative nowadays, so hold your horses.
It's like a volleyball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, sorry.
So
So does one enemy get to attack, then attack?
no,
attack-
it's
Oh,
So-
no, it consumes. It's never mind.
So-
Never mind.
let me
So it's like
explain
ping
how,
pong, basically.
let me explain how the initiative system works. All right. So if you take an aggressive action, such as attacking or casting a spell on an enemy, initiative passes to that enemy. If you take a non-aggressive action, like moving or using an item or casting a buff spell, initiative passes to an ally.
Right.
Additionally, you can donate one of your actions to another player on your turn. Instead of taking an action, you can donate an action to another player to allow them to get an extra attack. But you can only donate or be the recipient of a donation once per round.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
Are donating and being the recipient of a donation two separate things? Like, can I do each of those once per round, or only one of those once per round?
you could do each of those. You can only do one of those. You can only if you donate, you cannot be the recipient of donation.
All right.
Okay. So now that's clear. So friendlies had the action. Mollum the Golem decided to slam, hitting the Mimic. In return, now the Mimic has its initiative.
Right.
All clear? Okay. So it is going to use a pseudopod to attack Mollum the Golem.
Oof.
Yikes.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Boy. It's 14
Is that
damage, and
just-
Mollum doesn't have a helmet.
No,
Oh,
he only has
that just one shots, all right?
Yeah, that
10 hit points.
Mollum's no longer with us.
Womp womp.
I mean, he did soak up 14 points of damage for
Yes.
us. That was
He,
pretty
he
good.
did. He did eat that natural 20, and I can make more golems, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
Golems.
You can make Mollum
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is now Friendly's turn. And note,
I'm going raise.
you can. So before you move, right? You can essentially coordinate to use your non-combat actions to move around.
I mean, could I was gonna say I could move. I was gonna, use one of my bard songs. I have where does it say that on my sheet? Either
Yes.
defensive or offensive. It seems like we might want to use a defensive bard song against this pretty strong mimic here.
Yeah, you can use a defensive song.
So I can just start singing that, and then
Yeah. That'll take both of your action points.
and it'll
Yeah.
cover like the whole room where that guy, where the mimic is.
Yeah, it'll cover everyone.
Okay.
It's basic. Like covering people isn't a big deal unless you're in a real big room. So the mimic attack.
I wasn't sure if the shape of the room was gonna like line of sight or something. I don't
No,
think
it
that
d-
really
that
matters.
doesn't matter.
Can't we just make a kill box? Let's just make a kill box.
Set the kill box outside the room, or do you want to set the kill box in? No, let's set it up outside.
We cannot make a kill box on the inside of a room.
Okay, so
So
do you
you,
want me
and you
to-
said that the oh sorry, well, if we're doing a kill box, it doesn't matter too
it's-
much. But you said the singing takes both of my actions, so I can't move and then also start singing.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So you want to? So everyone good with the kill box idea?
Hey,
Yeah.
All right. I will
And
maneuver
we
you in
prepare
such.
action.
I will. You're gonna bump all around, so I'm gonna just do this for you to make it easy to coordinate. So that's gonna take up one of your actions. It's gonna take up one of your actions. Then, and I'm going to guess you're all going to set up a ready attack, correct?
Yep.
hi.
Okay. So everyone who can is going to set up a ready attack. I'm using the clock to represent that you have used your reaction. And Dracard, are you gonna ready a spell?
Already magic missile.
All right. Just gonna burn right through that rune staff in no time flat. All right. So you all go. The mimic.
Do you never get the rune staffs back?
You have to build a new one.
How long
It's
does that
okay.
take?
Everybody knows that the true rune staffs, that the true magic is the lightning magic.
All right. So it uses one of its actions to move up, chasing you, and now the ready attacks go off, starting with, we will say, Vin Spark Shaper.
Sorry, so what was that? Attacking?
Yeah, you
You're
can make
ready
an attack.
attacking.
I am attacking. Where's my? There it is. Warhammer time.
You
No.
miss. Then we're gonna do, since I'm just doing it clockwise, and we'll. Nope. Boulder misses. Then, Newt, you can make an attack.
I will whack with my sword.
Rolling terribly. Ember.
Fuck.
That hits. And now roll 3d4 plus 3 for the magic missile, since that just hits automatically. $11 points of damage, just shy of killing it.
Almost.
Alright, so that was its first action. Y'all then went off, which means technically Boulder can go. No, it took a non-combat action, which means it gets to now make its combat action, where it's going to try to attack one of you.
Alright,
The person who did the most damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we'll just roll roll 1d5. 2. So it's gonna attack Dulric.
And I get a buff for my early like boost to defense.
Yeah, so yeah, you get a +2, but that's not gonna be enough.
Right.
And you're gonna take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
It is now out of actions.
So where do I on my character sheet put?
You
Mark that
should go down
damage.
to the combat section, and there'll be HP and max HP, and just reduce HP. You can also do it through your token.
9. Okay.
Alright, so that means we're going to, so I don't have to refill everyone's thing. So Ember, are you going to do any other actions with your final action point left? Sorry. Damon?
Oh, I have one. Okay, can I do like a help action? Or is that simply giving another person an action?
That would just be the donate thing. So you could donate an action to somebody so they can make another attack.
Okay. Unless I can take another great axe swing.
You cannot.
How about a dagger?
Are you
I'm not
specifically trying to fuck with me, or did you?
No, I'm a little confused to the
Why don't you give me the action so I can hit it with my hammer again?
Sure, it's yours.
All right.
I do a faint step forward in order to drag its attention such that you are able to hit it in the back.
I rolled 6 back to back. That sucks.
But you do shock 1, so you do 1 damage anyway, right?
Correct.
Even if
Oh yeah,
miss.
you missed earlier, which means you should have done damage, which would have been 1.
Oh.
And this would have done 1 other, which means it's dead.
Hooray!
Yay!
All right. You can now
Nice.
fill back up your action points and get rid of your clock timer, which you can easily manipulate yourselves through the token prompts.
All right, time to mourn your goal.
I don't know how token prompts work.
So you click on your
I've done it in
token.
some bubbles up here.
Yeah, so the green bubble manages the green bars, so you can just click on the green bubble, and it'll bring up a little text box.
I'll
You
just
can just
replace
type
that
it.
with 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, time to mourn the golem, and then look if any of these things are still available.
I think this one still maybe has something in it.
Molum is no longer with us. I'll put him off to the side.
How long does it take to make a golem?
It takes a while. You need a workshop. So you'll need to get to a town.
Oh.
Molum, I hardly knew ye.
You knew him
I
for,
only had you about a week.
yeah, about a week. In game, so in universe about a week. In real life, about 2 hours.
We'll make them like they used to.
All right, yeah. So the final cask, you can tap on it and find that it still has a bit of liquid in it. You can expend a supply to get to essentially bottle whatever liquid's in there. If you want.
I'll bottle some of it.
All right. It is a spirit of healing, which means it has 6 uses, and it heals 1d6 plus 1 per use.
It has. Okay, so 6 uses. Is this a small item or is this?
It takes up 1 slot.
Takes up 1 slot in the pack. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we use it to... Well,
So you also have, since some of your are a little damaged, specifically Dulric, you also have your regenerating flasks, which is also on your character sheet, and those have 3 charges a day. So you might want to expend a charge or 2 to heal up a bit.
yeah, I'll use 1 charge right now and see how much that heals me.
So it should be.
How
I mean,
does
if
that-
anyone needs the flask of healing more than I do, I mean, I'm more than willing to part with it.
I mean, we already all
he
have
means-
our own little crystal healing flasks.
Yeah. He means the spirit.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Spirit
So,
feeling.
so yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
Hold on, let me get back to the... Oh my god. 1d6 plus 1. Just like that?
Yeah. So you heal 3.
Well, heal up 3 damage. Where the hell is it? Back up to 12. And I'm gonna save another one for like not use another one right now.
Okay, so for this flask of healing, it takes up 1 pack slot. But I already have
Again.
supplies.
So just delete 1 supply, put in spirit of healing 6 uses.
Okay. Sorry, hang on. I got the ambulance coming through.
All right. All right. So anything else you guys want to do in this room?
Are there any secret doors, maybe?
Want to spend 10 minutes searching for secret doors?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, why not?
You do not find any secret doors.
Okay.
Now, should we investigate that the gem in the fish statue?
Sure.
Going back to the Iron Fist name on the wall of on the wall of one of the rooms. Do we know if there's anything here that indicates how long ago they were? Like, was there any trash remaining, or?
I mean,
And
it would be hard to tell, but they were here about 6. So they were sent off about 6 months ago. So this would have been about probably, assuming it took them a month to get here, like 5 months ago.
oh wow. Okay. Shit.
So
Okay, never mind. I was thinking of maybe tracking their footsteps to see where they may have went, but never mind.
all right. So what are we doing with this fish statue with the big gem in it? Big gem in its mouth.
Check traps on the gem?
Alright, search for traps. You find no traps.
Do we want to do the mage hand thing again?
Yeah, you should still
Or
have
is it-
some
is it-
use
is
of
it-
the mage hand.
And that doesn't cost another
No,
cast
it
in
won't.
for.
If
Okay.
you read the spell description, you get a bunch of time for the mage hand for the day.
I haven't read through all of the spell descriptions. Maybe
It's
I should
cool.
do that at some point.
You don't have to read through all of them, just whatever ones your character happens to have. Does Coldrew want to do the mage hand thing on the...
Yeah, sure,
Before
why
he
not?
does that,
Let's
I'm
do it.
going to be over here.
I am again going to. Yeah, I'm going to stand back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the doorway.
How about is Boulder coming back here with us?
Sure, you want to all be in the doorway leading to this room while he uses the mage hand?
Yeah.
I imagine there might come a point where we might have to hide in 2 different doorways, so that if it's trapped, only half of us will die.
Let me be double sure that I got the range, my memory on the range of mage hand is right.
With 5th edition, it's 30 feet, but it can go beyond that, if I remember correctly.
It is 30 feet in my version. And
That should be plenty.
it's just on the edge. Alright, so you're gonna use, and the item is, definitely less than 10 pounds. So you want to use the mage hand to pluck the, gem out of the, fish mouth, correct?
Sure.
Alright, you pluck the gem out of the fish mouth. A huge gout of water shoots out of the fish's mouth, and all the, doors, slam shut.
Okay, not a problem for us because we're on the other side.
But that does kind of. Oh wait, yeah, that's for us right now. That's fine.
Oh, wait, did we manage to get the gem? no?
No, it is trapped in the room.
Oh shit.
Which is presumably filling with water.
Only sort of, because the worm sign is just gonna drain all. Well, no, right.
No, all of the doors. That door is shut. So the.
Yeah. Well, how long, using our dwarven knowledge, would it take for the room to fully fill?
Well, given the
We'd just
fact...
be happy we weren't in there.
You didn't get a good look at the, we'll say like a minute or 2.
A minute or 2?
Yeah.
Glad we're not in there.
It's really blasting water out of that thing's mouth.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
How much volume is that?
It's magic,
So this
man. It's
5, 10,
magic.
15, 20. It's 20, a 25-foot radius. Hold on a minute. Let
Okay,
me-
you guys need to shut the fuck up. Right, this is a contrivance for the sake of gameplay. Like,
Holy shit! That would be coming.
I walked back to the entrance to use the newfound staff on it.
alright.
All right. We should probably put something of equal weight on this thing before doing that, so it doesn't.
You already tried that.
No,
Nothing
so it
happened.
doesn't just instantaneously.
No, my spell lasts for 10 minutes.
If the walls are 10 feet high, was it 20,000?
You could just, like, put a
Cubic
random
feet.
rock on it.
I'm doing that right.
Alright, so, it's the force field's only first level, so you're only gonna have to recast it, so you only have to cast it once. So just roll an intelligence check at the minus 1.
Right.
Alright.
Alright.
You do not expend a charge, and the force field is dispelled.
Awesome.
All right.
So
Where's
now we're
our
back to.
Mule.
have
And
our,
the ogres
has
are
our
like,
mule-
guys, look at this mule we found! This will cook
Great.
way better than the gnome.
Oh
Great.
shit.
The
Okay.
mule have a name.
Yes, Matilda the mule.
Let's go. All right. I mean, that means we have to go save it.
Yeah, is Matilda still alive?
Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is the gnome still laughing?
Fuck the gnome.
Yeah, the gnome's still alive. He's still laughing.
I'm gonna
Just
punt that
still
gnome into the
cackling.
water.
Yeah. So, all right. So, all right. So, there's a couple different ways you could approach this, which you guys brainstormed earlier and came to no decision about. So I, as the GM, will lay out some possibilities that came to my mind. If you don't care about saving anyone down there, you could light one of your large powder eggs up, and then roll it down this slope, and hopefully it will end up over here and probably kill most of them and cause a minor cave-in. But, that might work, but who knows? But, of course, that would also almost certainly kill your mule, so, there's that. So second option is you just trap this narrow way as much as you can, and then you stand, and then you basically shoot at them from at the outer range of your muskets and pistols, and have them sort of aggro towards you as you rain ranged attacks on them. Third option, you can basically trap this whole thing there. Instead of attacking them from up here with ranged attacks, you can find a way to get over here and attack them from ranged attacks over here, so they would have to figure out some way of getting over to you to attack you back.
Do we have enough ranged weapons to do this?
Each of you should at least have like a gun or something and a couple of grenades.
Yeah, I got a musket, pistol. Hand axe can still be thrown. I'm not sure who here has hand axes.
I have a hand axe.
Should also have fuse grenades, and fire bombs, and a bunch of shit.
I'm
I have a
partial
pistol.
to. I'm personally partial to trapping this hallway and then bringing him down to get Death Gauntlet. And,
I will say one
maybe
other-
having a bomb along the way.
One other thing that I had thought of that I have no idea how we would actually do it, but you'd mentioned trying to get those flame humors to try and attack the ogres up there. If we could get something way down below where the ogres are, that is a heat source to draw the.
Well,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how we would do that without.
I have fire bolts, so I could make a trail of fire. Bam.
But what's the range of that?
It's 120 feet, so I would have to swim out
Without your armor, notably.
without my armor.
Alternatively, Newt can swim quite well. He could probably, and he can climb real well, so he could swim around the far side on the left, climb up over here, and basically just go whoop, 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 as he runs down the trail that's presumably there, and towards the ogre camp, and just hope he can hightail it out there in time before they realize what's going on.
Okay, so remind me again. Plan that you just mentioned involves me stealthing my way to the far end of the room where the fire humors are.
Yeah.
Shooting the ogres. And then being like, alright, I'm gonna head out.
No, you'd mess with the humors to get them to move towards the ogres, not the other way around.
Okay, I got it.
The ogres are dumb, but they're too clever for that.
Okay.
So, plan A.
It was just a suggestion. We don't necessarily have to do that.
So, plan A,
Well, also,
work from your
if
current
we-
position. Plan B,
we
work
can
from over
also-
here. Plan C, send Newt on a big adventure by himself to try to make your enemies fight each other.
And frankly, Newt can do that while we also do these other two things at the same time. To be clear, there's nothing saying that we can only do one of these. Well,
Yeah.
there's no point doing both of these two. But both of these two, because it's best if we just stick together.
So, how are we feeling? So, all right, I'm just going to go through each one of you and ask about how you feel about the overall strategy. Starting with Avo, how do you feel about what the overall approach should be?
Whatever we do, I'm cool sitting on this island to shoot at them.
All right, so you're partial to the island idea. Josh, what's your idea?
The only thing I really, if we're gonna have anybody stealthing around anywhere, I think it should be to get Matilda, and then I can just blow up anybody left with one of my big explodey things, which is what I like doing anyway.
That would be
So
hard
that's
since the
right
ogre's
in the-
opinion is, since the ogre's view is focused on Matilda, but that is an idea. Next, we're gonna go with missiles. What do you think the overall approach to this situation should be?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of setting traps on the corridor we're currently on, and or trying to make it over to this island. I don't have the right tool set up. This island over here.
Yeah. All right. So then, Newt, how do you feel about going on your own little excursion?
I mean,
You
usually
will,
whenever,
you will have to make a stealth roll, just to be clear.
yeah, that's quite risky.
I'll give you a slight bonus because you'll be under the water, but
Be under the water?
yeah, you'd be swimming over there, so you could swim.
Ah,
under
come
the,
on.
You could swim under the water to make it less
Harder
likely
to
that
see.
you'd be noticed.
But the water.
Fortune
is
favors the
crystal-
bold.
But water is crystal clear, so they could still see you, possibly.
They
Yeah.
don't have good dark vision, so you can just go on the outskirts.
Go down there, get our donkey, and I'll blow up the ogres. It'll be easy.
You can't get the donkey.
Who says?
Well, the donkey is. Well, the issue is that there are ogres currently looking at and ogling the
Because
No,
donkey.
they're
you're
focused
right.
on the
How to-
donkey.
No, Damon's right. You wouldn't have to make a stealth roll. You could just go over there, but you'd still be risking messing with the humors.
Look,
That's the
we
entire-
will on this end we will distract the ogres so they are not looking at the donkey. And then as they come towards us, we will blow them up, and you will have got the donkey away from the explosion. How about that?
Okay, I like that. But what about the gnome?
Fuck the gnome.
Wait, what? We're not rescuing. The
I
gnome?
don't understand. How are we? If we distract them, then they'll come chasing after us.
Yes,
right?
right into the explosion.
Okay, then there's.
Or they'll
no
be running
point
away
of
from where the
getting-
gnome and the donkey are.
Yeah, so there's no point in getting the donkey.
My only concern is if the donkey might still be too close to the explosion, so we want to get them away.
Okay, you
So-
know,
Okay,
There's also
so-
the explosion timing issue.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't
we'll
care
deal
what
with
we
that.
do. I just want to do something.
Okay, so the way I'm hearing it is you
Okay.
want to do a mix of everything where I go in and stealth, you guys set up on the island and set up a trap in the corridor. I
Okay,
get the
so-
donkey,
let me.
go up the corridor,
Okay,
and then
okay.
you set off the charges.
Okay, I'm. All right, so here's what I'm going to suggest as a GM you do. You set up a bunch of traps over here, including a small powder keg to go off when it's tripped, for
Right.
its fuse to light off when it's tripped. You set up over here on the island, which you can throw a rope out to and maybe grab onto one of these rocks that might be heavy enough for you. Then you pepper these guys with musket shots and thrown weapons, and so they'll charge up here, run into a bunch of your traps, and start setting off the powder keg. They'll try to throw stuff at you or run or whatever, and then you basically pick them off when they're in a tactical disadvantage like that.
Yeah,
That
Okay,
sounds
there you
fine?
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we good with this plan? Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right,
just
so-
do something.
One of you is...
Is there cover here that we can get behind so we can shoot them without easily getting hit back?
It is so. I will say that this pile of rocks will count as partial cover.
All right.
Okay.
Also, you moved your token over there without asking me. So, firstly, someone needs to expend a point of supply to deal with the ropes, and then you guys got to figure out how much supply you can devote to traps and what kind.
All right, I'll use up my supply for both the
God.
lesser bomb. I've got a
You don't.
small powder. I have a small powder
Oh
keg.
yeah. Okay.
I'll
So
expend the supply.
all right. So we put a powder keg down over there. Let me just whip up a token for a powder keg real quick.
So on my character inventory sheet, are those supply slots in my pack filled with supplies, or is that just like general empty supply slot?
Those are filled with supplies. If a slot's empty, it's empty.
Okay.
It's sort of like the Blades in the Dark system, where you just have supplies.
I see. And we can kind of use them as we see fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So under the equipment list, right, there's a huge list of things of like possible things you can change supply into, such as rope or an air bladder or a 10-foot
Where is
pole
that?
or something. If you go to your equipment sheet,
Yeah.
and go all the way to the right, you'll see a tab labeled
A
copy of
equipment?
equipment, and
Yeah.
then you'll see on the left side the second table down labeled supplies, and you can convert your supplies to any of these things based on weight.
Okay.
Okay.
Cow traps to slow them down so that we get a better guarantee of them being in range of the explosion. We want stuff that will lock them down so that once they get into it, they can't
Yeah.
easily get out.
So do you want to set up
Yeah,
caltrops or barbed wire? Barbed
These
wire
guys
just
are
creates difficult
large.
terrain.
Yeah, but these guys are also large, so they can move through difficult terrain better, if I understand correctly.
Maybe that's how it works in 5th edition, but it's not really how it works with me. So,
Okay. What's the distinction between caltrops? It also does damage and it's difficult terrain?
it does
or-
one. It does. There's a chance it goes off. It doesn't always go off. And it does 1 point of damage, and then it halves their movement basically until they get healed.
Okay. And it only goes off once. It doesn't stick around.
It sticks around.
Okay. Then we should. Well, it's up to you. The fact that it has a chance to go off makes it so. Or chance to fail compared to barbed wire.
Yeah, maybe barbed wire sounds a little better.
All right, how many squares of barbed wire do you want?
Is it one supply per square of barbed wire?
It is 1 supply for 4 squares.
Oh,
Oh. I guess we could
do 8
use one.
Just one?
I mean,
Where do you want to put them?
How about right here and right
Yeah.
here?
Perfect.
All right. And put the powder keg, we'll say, right here with a tripwire going out, which we'll indicate with a magenta line going out like so.
Excellent. Done.
All right.
Have we managed to climb across to the thing?
Yeah, so that
I'm-
just takes 1 rope. You can throw. You can.
Yeah,
Fortunately, you don't have to use a
alright.
grappling hook, so you can. So I will draw a little rope line for you, which will be brown, the color of rope, most of the time.
We should probably go over from this direction, right?
Yeah.
Right, so that's your rope. You can set up over here, and once you're over here, much more clearly you can see actually buried under this pile of rocks over here is the remains of a dwarven soldier of some kind, decayed.
All right. Let's see. got anything on him?
So you're gonna search the body
Yeah.
thoroughly. All right. So searching him, you find an augment crystal, which is a new magic item.
Nice.
Okay.
It is an augment
Lord
crystal of armor class +1. So you can
Oh.
So instead of giving you out generic +1 items and junk, I just turn these things into crystals, so you can put it on whatever the hell you happen to be wearing.
That's neat. I like that.
All right. I guess
Quite-
everybody just rolls for. Technically, I'm a front fighter. And I think I'm the only one.
And Boulder's
Well,
also
they
a
say
front
that
fighter.
I'm a fighter, but I'm
Yeah.
not the only one.
So
Doric has
whoever wants
some
it,
combat
whoever
ability,
thinks
but not
that
as
they
much.
need it, roll it. That's a crit on Flicker.
Anyone want to challenge Flicker's crit?
Oh yeah, not at all. No.
I didn't care to begin
Flicker,
with.
you gain an augment crystal. It is a small item.
Happy for you.
So that takes up space.
It is no. That means it doesn't take up space.
Oh, right.
Small
cool.
items specifically don't take up space.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to guess you're going to
I
form
did.
a firing line over here.
The rocks give half cover. So
Partial
All right.
cover.
Yeah, I'll line you up in a reasonable way. And Drakeheart can be
I
further
have
back
a-
because he's just going to use his magic missile.
I only have a dragon pistol, which gives range of 10 feet with scatter. So
You got some
know,
thrown weapons, don't you?
I have a firebomb, and that's
Pistol, 30
Oh.
foot range. Yeah, all of my thrown range stuff is 30-foot range.
You can fire out of your range. It just gives you a penalty.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
somebody take my place.
at this point, we're not
Um,
so much trying to hit them necessarily from here, just to get their attention.
Correct.
If I throw a firebomb over here, would it blow up the keg or?
No, it has to go off via its fuse because if I allowed it to be damaged if I allowed it to go off with fire damage, that means that I'd have to have it to make it somewhat logically consistent. It would mean that if you're carrying a powder keg and you're hit with fire damage, it goes off.
I see.
Also,
Okay.
it curbs the usefulness of the powder kegs from being quite useful, to still being just quite useful instead of just broken as shit, because they're just basically a cheap firebomb. Sorry, a
Right.
cheap fireball. All right,
Okay.
so you fine with your current arrangement on the little rocky outcropping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What song are you going to sing, Mr. Bard
Oh, there I
or
go.
Scald?
I mean, I guess I don't have to start, shooting along with you guys since we're just trying to get their attention. The only songs that are listed, it says songs known are Defensive Battle and Offensive Battle. Defensive Battle gives +2 AC to all allies. Offensive Battle +2 to hit for all allies. Right now, we're not trying to do damage to them directly by ourselves, so if anything, a defensive battle I think would be better if they're going to try and be throwing shit at us.
Actually, probably an offensive song would be better because you're gonna
Oh.
unload into them first, and they're gonna
Yeah.
have to spend time getting to you.
Oh, and I can switch songs after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so like this, we'll do the offensive song for now.
All right.
Alright.
What song are you gonna do? This is your offensive battle song. Your Dwarf. Let's hear it.
I don't know, it's an offensive battle song, man.
You just
That's your
say a bunch of
Do
slurs.
you not
Alright,
listen
no,
to,
no,
like,
a
Sabotage.
bunch of anti-ogre slurs.
yeah, you're a Scald. You should be having.
Let's start
songs
blasting
that
out
are,
some
like,
power metal, alright? Something
Exactly.
loot power metal.
Oh, your mother was a. I don't know. What is it? They're ogres. They're giantkin, right?
Yeah.
You're the lowest of. You're the shortest of the giants. You're something. You can't even eat a gnome.
Fucking ogres don't know how to cook a gnome.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start firing, or do you want the song to attract them and then just have ready actions to fire when they get into range?
Seems like
Let's
maybe
do ready
waiting for them
action.
to get into range would be better because more chance to hit, right?
Yeah.
Or once they get closer to us, at least.
Alright. I'll say I'll use one of your reaction and one of your actions. So just put your action, your green meter at 1, if you could please, to help this easier to be managed.
And I'm guessing
Doesn't this take both of my actions, though?
Right?
No. Oh, yeah, it takes both of your actions.
With my actions. So also, when I click on my character, I see the little green circle says 0, but the little meter over my head still says 2. I don't know if that's
No,
relevant.
it says 0 out of 2.
No, on my screen, it still says 2 out of 2, and it's
It's
full
just
of
a roll
green.
20 thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Full
mine
20
doesn't change
sucks. I don't
either for
know.
me.
it's correct on my screen, which is the only thing that matters.
When you
Okay.
change it on your character sheet, it won't show up on that. But if you change on your thing itself,
I think Kilroy did it for me because the little bubble says 0.
Yeah. It's fine.
All right, and I'm guessing that my magic missiles are going to be the thing that attracts them.
I
Probably.
thought
So,
or the song was going to attract them.
So, let's
Oh.
see. You're in range for magic missile, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. You just
120.
want to hit the ogre nearest to you?
Sure. Get this guy.
All right. Give me a 3d4 plus 3. And actually, before that, I resolve that, I'd like to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I'll be back. BRB2.
All right.
Same as well.
Quick break before the battle starts.
Damn, only 9.
9?
Yeah.
9 what?
Only 9 damage.
Oh.
That's what I get.
I'm not in
for
front of
rolling
my
early.
computer right now. I'm getting a drink.
Me too.
I'm back.
Hello.
Oh, this is some quite nice music. People liking the music?
Yeah, it's good.
Is adventure feeling dwarfy?
Well, we are in a cavern, so how much more dwarfy can it get?
You could get more dwarfy.
I'm back.
We've looted some. Well, we thought it might have been ale, but it turned out to be healing potion.
I mean, it's also booze.
I guess it's a spirit, yeah.
I do want to say that you kind of need to. Everybody's doing new characters, I know, but it's kind of like, okay, we got our rogue here. Can we check for traps?
We can discuss it when after the session.
Yeah.
So is everyone
also,
back?
again, lore everything.
I am
Yep.
back.
Oh, my.
Josh, you there?
Your lore rolls have
I'm
been
here.
wild.
I
by
never
the
went
way.
anywhere.
Sounds good.
All right, that's good.
Your lore rolls have been wild, by the way. I just wanna say.
Yeah.
Really puts Benedict Germain in
Gosh.
his place. All right. So, all right. So we rolled the damage for the magic missile, which is going to hit the nearest ogre, dealing 9 points of damage to him. Nice and good. Let's just see
Nice.
where.
Solid whack.
So I assume once they get over here. So they are going to. All right. So. Linger. So he can move once. And then these guys are just going to bump a bunch of movement to each other. So this guy's going to move there, and then over here, so he can get as close as possible, which sets off the tripwire. So remove that, and Josh, you want to do the honors? Roll a d4.
All right, what am I? It's what?
Roll a d4, -1.
Cool. 2.
2 rounds. Alright. There. And then yeah, they're just gonna get sort of bunched up over here. Alright. And they will all have no actions left. You may now start rolling your ranged attacks if you have one.
What's the range of the
25 feet.
Okay, so we'll hit 3 of these guys. Okay.
And if I'm continuing to sing, I still can't take any action or
Correct.
attack. Right.
And you're getting +2 to your attacks. So did you include that +2 in your attack roll there, Vin Sparkshaper?
No.
Alright, so you hit. I assume you're going to hit the injured one, correct?
Hell yeah. Not that guy.
Alright, you dome him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bitches love cannons.
Throw a firebomb.
Hell yeah.
Alright. And wouldn't you know it, this actually lets me bring out one of my tools. I've been drawing circles this whole fucking time to find radii. And I was just like, you know what, this is bullshit. So I got a template.
Oh,
Nice.
Awesome.
cool.
Oh, that's glorious.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so where do you want the center of the firebomb to be? It's 15-foot radius, so it can probably get 2 of them.
Yeah. That's,
Maybe get to the lower ones who are not yet in the range of the explosion.
If I can throw it that far, sure.
And yeah, I don't know.
You technically have to declare before then.
Oh.
So, but this would have been out in 1 range increment, which would allow you to barely make that roll. You have to hit 10. So you get -2, so that'd be exactly 10. And that'd get you right there.
Okay.
So you get
Yeah,
2.
maybe that would be better to.
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, also it's better for us to take out the guy up front in a certain sense before the.
Oh, allow the other ones to move in.
Yeah, because we can
Yeah.
hit 3 of them total.
All right, so we need 2 reflex saves. They both fail, so they both take 7 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. Anyone else got anything?
Can I shoot my musket at him?
Yeah.
Am I able to take like the dodge action or something after doing that?
This is
With the prepare-
so your prepared action can only prepare one thing.
All right. Okay.
So that hits for 15 points of damage.
Dang.
Exploding die be like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Vince Sparkshaper, you. Okay, so I think the only person left is Anvil. Boulder, Anvil Breaker. Your NPC, who I'm gonna pawn off on one of you guys next session. And his range is... He's gonna continue to hold. Because he has a blunderbuss. Alright. And you gonna do anything else with your remaining actions, or just pass the turn? Because the ogres are all tapped out.
I've done my actions.
Yeah, I think I'll pass the turn.
Alright. So now that we
Anybody
have a
else
round
do?
that... Now that we have a combat that goes past the first round, we're going to go to the fill round to make this easier on the accounting. And the ogres will go first. So, and also this ticks over here. So let's look at how far these things are apart from each other. That's kind of far. But he's gonna try anyway. We'll say he has a 50% chance of making that jump. So 10 or less, he makes it. He makes it. That's gonna be one of his actions. This is gonna be another one of his, which is gonna move him there. We have plenty of movement to get up there. Yeah. And, so... Fill up to 1. Then Boulder's ready to action actually goes off. And he misses. No, actually, it's +2. No, he still misses. Damn it, Boulder. You're the world's largest dwarf.
Aim shot.
Alright, and this guy's actions go up by 2 because he jumps, and then he's going to attack any, mini, miny, mo. So we'll do a d4 going counterclockwise. He attacks Newt. You're having a bad day.
Okay. Fuck.
He misses.
Net 1.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice.
Nat 1. Alright, Newt, it's your initiative.
I would like to whack his leg with my sword.
Alright, that hits. You chop into his Achilles tendon and he goes tumbling off the side and dies.
Nice.
Excellent.
Tumbling down, tumbling down.
Alright.
How's the fuse going?
I work some insults into my song about that ogre who just tumbled down into the river.
It goes
or
in,
lake.
it goes off at the end of the round.
Nice.
I just have the song War on loop over and over again.
Then I would like to run up here.
Hold on.
And...
You don't have initiative.
Okay. Sorry.
Alright. So now the ogres get to go, and I didn't originally give them a ranged attack, so I'll just give them a throw rock attack. And they're big boys, so we'll say it does a d6. And they're going to get -2 to hit. From the cover, which means, alright, this one has spent its actions. Now, so he'd thrown at Flicker Emberwing, so Flicker, now you get to go.
Alright, Flicker, in order to stop any more from coming over, is going to stand here and prepare an action to block any ogre from making its way across.
You got it.
Great.
Alright, and now it passes to an ally who wants to go.
I guess I could shoot a magic missile at
I'm still
And
reloading.
They're all about to die.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just.
I mean,
Wait.
you could throw some grenades or something. I mean, it's 5d6, but that's not guaranteed of damage. Reflex for half, so it's not guaranteed to kill him.
Fair.
Necessarily.
Alright. Go ahead, check a fuse grenade or some shit.
Well, let's just do the magic missile thing first, since he suggested it. Just tell me which one you want to target, and
I guess I'll just target this guy because he has the highest health.
alright. 3d4 plus 3. And, of course, make your,
Wow.
14 points of damage. That's real good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good rolling.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
He gets to go, and he's going to throw a rock at Flicker. That
Once you know it, it
Misses.
doesn't hit because I have +1 AC from my augment crystal. Oh, and also I
in the defensive song.
also yes.
All right,
I have
Flicker.
AC 19 right now is what it says.
Yeah, because you gotta edit your token.
I see.
I just did it for you.
Thank you.
All right, so Flicker, I'm assuming you're going to continue to hold your action, so that'll bounce to one of your allies. Who else besides Drakeheart wants to go? Can throw
What
some.
round are we on?
I mean, I'm still singing.
We're on round 2.
So.
Okay.
No, we're in the fill round there, Yafo.
What is the fill round?
So you start out full with your action points, you go down, everyone goes down, when everyone's out, the round ends, and then the next round I fill them back up, so I don't have to go back and manually fill everyone up.
I have another I have another thing. Does anybody want another turn?
Yeah, so he can bounce to give someone else an extra attack.
I could throw a fuse grenade.
Okay, sure.
Alright. Can throw fuse grenades. Alright, that's gonna be... That's not gonna be enough. No, actually it is. You get a -2 for one range increment. 10. Alright, so that's enough. 15-foot
Very
radius. I think that gets all 3.
Looks like it.
gets the center of all three, so yeah, that gets it.
Yeah.
And that is 8 points of damage. And so we need 3 reflex saves.
Yay.
One
One
succeeds
of them
and
is a-
takes 4 points of damage. The other 2 take 8 points of damage. Alrighty. That didn't even cost you any of your actions. So then this last ogre is going to throw his rock at Flicker Emberwing.
That hits.
Hits for 3 points of damage.
Right. Okay.
Alright, and now allies can use the rest of their turns. Does Vin want to do anything else? He can make a second attack if he wants to.
Can't use the musket again because it hasn't been enough time to reload it. I guess he could. How many fuse grenades do I have?
Should have at least 4.
I have 4. I could throw another fuse grenade. I guess I might as well. No.
Alright, so that means we get to do the
does what-
amazing miss chart for grenades.
Cool.
Oh boy.
What is the mischarge?
Give me a
Popped up on my screen.
Roll 1d10.
2. So it rolls. So you target at the center, which means it goes 10 feet this way. Sorry, it goes.
So it's in the water.
Yeah, so it plops into the water. There's a huge kaboom. The water goes everywhere. Flicker's really wet. The ogres are really wet. It's a whole thing.
Vin is still happy because something blew up.
Yeah.
Alright. And I'm going to guess that's going to be everyone's actions except for...
I'm assuming what song I'm singing doesn't affect how much damage the explosion does.
Correct.
Okay.
Boulder's actually going to move forward and then throw a hand axe. Which does... Because I forgot to set that up on his character sheet. 1d5 exponential. Or 1d5 exploding.
Exploding.
Yeah.
1d5 factorial.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna target the center ogre. And, what do you know? He hits for 3 points of damage. Alright, and then everyone's turns end. And,
Boom, baby.
The explosion happens?
explosion goes off. Yeah. Wanna roll, since it's the explosion guy's thing, wanna roll 5d6 there, Josh?
I fucking sure as hell do.
Better roll good. Aw.
That's a real low roll.
That was a pretty shitty roll.
3 1s? Fuck you. Fuck you,
It's
game.
probably,
two.
it's probably because of your grenade getting everything wet.
Hey, fuck off. My grenade was awesome.
The PRNG
Yeah, also
god.
by diffusing the explosion.
And they all succeed!
What
holy
the
shit.
fuck?
Womp womp.
But I will make them to make a separate save to see how they deal with the collapsing that's going on now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
could they like get thrown into the water from the explosion, or is this just going to be a collapsing?
They might get thrown into the water. So first I gotta deduct all the damage. Hey, we had a thing explode in the first session. It was cool.
At least one of them died because he's only got 2 HP left.
Yeah, he dies, which means these two got to make saves, and they both fall into the water.
Hooray!
No, they're not dead. They're just in the water.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we can stab them
and
with
that
relative impunity.
and we'll say that
thought it was like-
gets rid of it.
The water was like 20 feet below us.
Well, I've
Yeah.
been standing here preparing an action. Am I able to take a swing?
You know what? Sure.
Because they fall past us?
No.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Just flash at him.
There we go.
All right,
Holy shit.
you cut one right across. You cut one right across the arterial vein as he falls to the ground. Falls into
Come
the water,
on, ye! Come on, ye!
leaving one ogre left as the round officially begins.
All right. I'm going to take out my dragon pistol. I'm going to shoot him because he's in range now,
All right.
like fish in a barrel.
Merciless. Holy shit.
Ah.
You still had your armor class song on, right?
I don't remember. I thought I was doing... I don't remember switching to the defensive song, but... maybe I did at some point. I think you took that into account
Yeah.
during
so,
one of the previous turns.
Yeah, so you should still be on your defensive song.
Okay.
All right, so that misses.
All right. And to confirm, that's all of my action, or could I like jump in and
you're-
stab him with my dagger?
You're out of actions for
What
right
the-
now.
You want to
Okay.
jump 20 feet below into water.
20 feet's not that
Giant.
far.
No, I'm gonna kill him.
So anyone want to drop a fuse grenade on this guy's head?
I will.
That's funny.
That seems like a Vin thing.
All right.
Just pull the pin and let it drop.
Well, I mean, it's a fuse grenade, so it has a fuse. So you get out
I know.
your dwarf-made big lighter, right? And then you light it up, and then you throw it in.
It's like
So
that scene in
dynamite-
in Kung Pao where in order to light the torch, the dude pulls out of a lighter.
Exactly. My jokes are all stolen.
Right.
So we're doing dynamite fishing, but for ogres.
All right, give me a fuse grenade roll.
Oakley dokley.
All right,
15.
that hits, and this guy's fucked, so he's dead.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go back over the.
Also, this section of the walkway
Is
is
collapsed.
collapsed.
Actually, real quick, is there anything on this section of rock?
You don't
that I
see
can
anything.
see? Okay.
That's not something that... I guess the walkway, there's just like a big hole there now instead of walkway.
Correct.
So it's not like this rope disappears or the barbed wire. Does the supply just get converted into rope now?
Yeah, it's just rope now.
Okay. How long is that rope?
Till you get back to town.
No. How long is the rope?
Oh,
How
it's
long is it?
feet.
30 feet?
It should be 50 feet at least.
Okay.
Okay. 50
It's
feet.
it should be on the equipment list. Rope 50 feet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, you slightly remodeled the dungeon, so yeah, that's good.
Is it a hole we
go
could
rescue
jump
her.
over or like use a rope to get across?
It is. Let's see how long it is.
All right.
It is 25 feet
So-
across.
I mean, I can swim
Approaching the camp. I'm gonna make sure that
So are we just
Melissa?
going? Are we just over there now?
Well,
Let's
Damon
jump
just
there.
jumped the gun entirely, and so
I was about to say I don't remember getting to the camp.
yeah. So how?
there. I also decided to swim there.
Well, he can just swim there, so
can just get
pretty
there.
easily. So, and you're not under any time pressure. So, Newt can swim to the other side and pound in a python, and then the rest of you can pound in a python on the other side, and then set up a little rope bridge, like so.
Nice.
Which I'm just giving to you as a DM, even though you should probably problem solve that yourself.
I mean, I was just going back over the bridge that it was already there, but okay.
What bridge that was already there? The bridge was destroyed. You see the
No, the
magenta-
rope bridge to the platform that we got onto.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
could go through there. That's fine. I was saying that this section over here, this magenta line, is destroyed.
But I mean, we can go back across the rope bridge and then take the rope with us and use that same rope to get across the collapsed walkway.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
All right,
So Melissa is the name of our. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Matilda.
Matilda?
Matilda. I'll write that down.
All right. The gnome is standing, well, still tied to the spit, of course, sort of leaning over, like, hello. Cool mule you got there. Thanks for saving me.
Fuck you, don't
Didn't seem like it really needed saving, but all right.
keep our ass's name out of your stupid gnoming mouth.
I didn't say
I didn't
anybody's
know.
name.
Once.
I didn't even introduce myself.
Who are you?
I'm Ogbold the Clever.
How the
All right, I'm gonna look into the pot. Is there anything that looks good in there?
It's an open fire. There wasn't a pot.
Oh,
He was roasting on a spit.
Correct.
all right. I'm gonna check under his hat.
You gonna try to rip off his hat?
Not
Someone
rip off.
his head.
I'm gonna try and tip it over and look under it.
Okay, underneath his hat is another hat.
How about under that?
What did I tell you? Leave the fucking gnome!
I'm going to take
What's
both
your
of the hats.
name?
And I'm going to put them. I'm going to
so
take
you-
both of
so
the
you take
hats
the
and I'm
s-
going to put them on his ears,
So you
on
take-
my ears.
So you take the second hat, and there's another hat below it.
All right. I
think I
use
see where this is
them as
going.
them as ear warmers.
All right, you got two
I now
gnome
have
hats.
gnome hats on my ears.
No, that's real disrespectful to my culture.
Fuck your culture.
Cultural appropriation. Anyway, what's your name?
Fuck your culture. Go back to the lawn you crawled out of.
Anyway, so
Lawn gnomes? Come on, okay.
what?
So,
Does anybody know the relation between gnomes and dwarves?
Beck, how
I
did
think
you
I already
end
did
up
a.
here?
Didn't I already do a lore check on this guy?
Yeah, they're mysterious.
How did you end up here, gnome?
They caught me. And they tried to eat me.
But you're not even bird. You're not sedge.
Yeah,
Aren't you like?
I drank a
Aren't
I drank a potion of fire resistance. It's real hilarious.
aren't you bite size for them?
No.
Okay, you can get the fuck out of here.
See, I told you.
Could you ask him where we know if he knows where the ogres came from?
Can you untie me at least?
Can we untie?
Before we untie him, I'm gonna go over to his chest and open it.
All right. Inside, you see, it's mostly crap. There is, though. What room number is
Is it
this
literal
again?
crap or?
No, it's crap in the metaphorical sense and random bullshit.
It's miscellanea.
Yeah, it is miscellanea.
okay.
The chest contains some supplies and Ogbold's gear, but otherwise doesn't contain anything of particular value. It seems they were very unsuccessful in whatever hunt they were on.
It's his
Wait, is
Umbold the
Ogbold this-
gnome. Umbold the gnome, right?
Ogbold the clever. Yeah, Ogbold.
Ugbold the clever. In parentheses, no. All right. What's his equipment? What's in there?
He's got like a little gnomish warhammer and like a shield and
A gnomish warhammer.
Yeah.
So a hammer.
yeah, exactly. But it's gnomish. He's got like a gnomish shield and
It's just a claw hammer.
yeah, it's just a claw hammer, and he's also got another hat.
I take off one of the hats on my ears and put that one on.
Okay.
Is there anything magical about these items?
Something's up with the hats, but otherwise, no.
You want me to check with the hat?
Sure. Please do.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
All right. Just roll a detect magic or detect identify magic, which is one of your abilities.
There it is.
All right.
Nice.
These hats in particular are not magical.
Huh.
Is it because it's taken off of his head?
The gnome is magical.
Okay. Oh, do
I
they
mean,
at least make good
you don't
ear
have an
warmers?
infinite number of ears of hats in your ears, do you?
Do they at least give good ear? Do they act as good ear warmers? Just look at my ears.
They're pretty stiff, so they're sort of like these cone things that are hanging off the ends of your ears, and they're gonna sort of bend your ears a bit. I mean, like, I guess you could get used to them.
Oh, I mean, run them through the water a couple times. You know, beat them out.
Get them real
They'll lose
wrinkly.
their stiffness. Yeah, they'll lose their stiffness. So, by the way, what is your culture?
Gnomish.
No. What is your culture? Describe it.
Like gnome stuff. I don't know what you're looking for, man. What's dwarf culture like? Dwarf stuff, right? Okay.
It's drinking, it's fighting,
Drinking and
it's,
mining.
Yeah, like dwarf
it's
stuff.
religion. It's
Do you celebrate
Okay.
Christmas or Jewish Christmas?
Yeah, no, dwarves celebrate both.
He celebrates gnomish Christmas.
Okay. How about this? Do you happen to be aware of a nearby volcano in a tropical area?
Yeah. What of it?
Where would I find it if you happen to know where it was?
I could show you.
Under what conditions?
I get to tag along?
This is. Oh my god.
Follower adopted.
Except the Dark Pact.
No. Why you do that? Kilroy, is this punishment for something? I gotta know.
What's up with the gnome? I'm so confused about the gnome. Why are we so against the gnome?
He's still tied up, and we have his equipment.
And we could tie a bomb to him.
Tie a bomb to him. Why don't we just put a bullet in his head and just dump it in the water?
Alright, listen.
That sounds like
listen.
a bad idea.
My
Why?
character would likely do a lot of shit in order for this. However, this is a party decision, okay? Josh?
What? What?
What?
You just
It's
said-
a party decision.
Right. What is the decision?
To let this gnome tag along with us?
I don't know. Do you want to hear Kilroy voice Ogbold that way for the rest of the campaign? Because he will. Because I told him
Kill
to.
later. I mean, we could kill him later. You know, just
You can kill him anytime
battle
you
comes
want.
up. Give him a heroic
No,
sacrifice.
we cannot kill him later. I want to be
What do you
very
mean we
clear.
can't kill him later? Be easy. Have a hammer.
We either are able to kill him, or he's an invaluable asset.
Hey, you know what? Actually, I think we should keep him around. We'll tie him at the end of a rope. If we find any, like, weird pits or whatever, we don't know what's down there, we lower him down. And if he dies, we don't go down there.
We just tie him to the end of a stick and use him as like a pointy. pointy spear.
Yeah, we'll
Just use him-
find some
There's
horrible
a way to
monster
do
to ride around on and use him, dangle him over like a fishing line.
We'll just use him to detect traps and shit.
All right, fine. Yeah, very well. And I will then return to him.
So we got
his,
3 votes for Ogbold joins the party. Who? Anyone else want to vote?
I mean, I'm leaning towards yes, but we keep him tied up and/or just keep his mouth taped shut.
That seems mean.
We're just kidnapping him.
Is it kidnapping if I want to come along?
Exactly. He wants to come along. We're not fucking press gagging.
why
Shut up,
this
do
dude,
kidnappy.
okay?
Wait, actually, why do you want to come along? I just gotta know.
I'm an archaeologist.
You're an archaeologist.
Yeah.
Are you? What?
What are you looking to study with your archaeology skills?
Ancient stuff, man.
What type of
So you're an
ancient stuff?
anthropologist.
What kind of
Like that volcano place.
Well,
do you,
well,
if you already know where that is, then why are you here?
I was going there.
so
Say again?
you're an
If
archaeologist.
going
If you know where the
I was on my
volcano
way.
is, why were you kidnapped?
I was on my way there.
Wait, okay, hang on. So you're an archaeologist, but you're interested in volcanoes, aren't?
Yeah.
Isn't that more a volcanology?
Well, there's like archaeology stuff in the volcano, you know, man.
People living in volcanoes.
Yeah. People do it all the time.
What's the significance of this volcano?
If you had been paying attention, basically, in the Emberwing burial mound, there
Yeah, I know.
was an
It's like the
image
homeland of
a
the-
volcano in a tropical area, and that would be the main clan hold in the area, which might potentially have what I have been sent, what my clan particularly wants out of the root seed. There.
Ah, okay.
We of course have our main goal, which is this meteor, and basically supporting whatever. But I'd like to be able to get access to that. That's a personal story quest thing, though.
Okay, so
I mean,
that's
so the meteor is towards the north, roughly. What direction is this mountain? If it's
volcano.
if it's a tropical volcano and we're in the northern hemisphere, it's probably south of where we are.
Anyway, I mean, those are great questions, but sorry, dwarf guys, but we're gonna black out soon because the session's over.
Before we go,
Right,
I want you to remember, we've brought this upon ourselves.
Yes, we have.
We deserve this for our sins.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
you had an option and you chose it.
Okay, so let me just ask, what's up with the dwarves? Why is everyone against the dwarf?
You mean the
You mean
gnome?
Gnome?
No, I'm sorry.
You've met the gnome?
I don't
I
think
had
he
a
was there
gnome
for
client
that
once.
session.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
look,
Didn't
right here.
say.
Here you are.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
you've met the gnome.
You've now met the gnome. What's not to
Okay.
get?
I don't. Okay, from my backstory, I've been looting and fucking.
No,
No, no,
not
no.
your backstory.
I mean,
Now
you,
you're
Russ, have met
Yeah.
this gnome character now.
You love my voice, don't you?
Don't you? Do you get it? Do you get it?
I don't.
I think
Well,
I
Doesn't
think mostly
find
I,
annoying
We'll give him
whatsoever.
some time. Anyway,
mostly I just want to torture Kilroy by forcing him to have to voice this
Oh no,
stupid
no,
character
no.
this way.
This was his idea.
I can actually
I want
keep
to
this
be
up for
clear
a long
about this.
time.
He was like, "How do I get Old Bold into? Should I get Old Bold into the session?" And I'm like, "Yes, you should."
And I can actually keep this up for a pretty good long time.
When
Just
did
check
we
out our
last?
Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, the little bit we did.
Yeah.
When did we last meet this gnome? I'm so confused.
We didn't. This is him. This is us meeting him right now.
So, to explain it
First
out of
time, okay.
character,
No, out of
RDP.
character. Who?
RDP, we had a session with Only Oak, and Oakbold was a random NPC they met in there, and they loved him. They never forgot him, and so he's been brought back because he's everyone's favorite character. And yeah, the session's over, so let's go through and any parting words from any of you, starting with Caldrew.
Prepare for closing words. I know we do them, but I got nothing.
All right, Vin.
Vin is having a bad time. His player is having a great time.
All right, Dork Goldfrost. Fancy Hat Man. Parting words.
We fucked up those ogres real good.
All right, Newt. You Blackbeard Narkoff.
Wait, what?
Parting words.
Yeah.
All right. Guy who submitted the wrong name in his character form.
All
words.
hail Eric. Strike the earth. Strike the earth always.
Well, you hear it here, guys. It's gonna be a wonderful adventure. Blacking
Rocks and
out
stones.
in 5, 4, 3,